And welcome to Show Us Your Crits, the tabletop RPG stream show and more if we ever get around to doing more. But thank you. And so today we're actually doing Chariot of the Gods. This is basically from the starter set of the Alien RPG by Free League Publishing. It is an amazing game. The rules are incredibly simple, and you're going to get to see a little bit of a sample of that this afternoon. But before I go ahead and introduce myself and the cast, let me just go ahead and talk about a couple things. So we do have a Patreon. I think 4 people know that we have a Patreon, so that's awesome. Thank you for those people who bring in that wonderful, sweet $3.60 a month. We love you. But definitely, if I could see $3.90, that would be even awesome. So go ahead and donate that extra 30 cents. YouTube, if you're watching us on YouTube today, then definitely hello. We are on YouTube. This is where we mostly focus our shows. We also show our stuff on Facebook. Facebook, who for some reason loves to think that things we play in the background are music that is copyrighted and then shut down the stream until I have to prove that it wasn't. So yay, Facebook. We love you too. If you like our logo, and you want to wear it on your body, wear it as a mask, a hat, a t-shirt, baby clothing, a blanket, whatever, you can check out our store on Teespring at the Grindhouse. And without further ado, I'm JC. I am your game mother for the evening, and we are going to be doing, as I said, Chariot of the Gods from the Alien RPG. But what I'd like to do before I go around, before I start and we all start the game, let's go ahead and introduce everybody and tell a little bit about yourself, and then tell about the character that you're going to be playing. So first up, we're going to go over to Oscar.
Hi, I am Oscar Rios. I am president of Golden Goblin Press. We are a licensee of Chaosium, and we produce fiction and RPG material for the Call of Cthulhu game line. I will be playing the ship's pilot, who is Lee Davis. She is a bit reckless. She has a substance abuse problem. She's hoping to impress on this trip, so they can upgrade us to a new ship, because the Montero, while she's still got a lot of good gears left in her, I don't want to be here for them.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Oscar. And next up, we have Hans.
I'm Hans Cummings. I'm a fantasy and science fiction author. I write the World of Calamity fantasy novels and the Zach Jackson young adult science fiction novels. I am playing Cham, who is a roughneck cargo handler on the Montero, and the crew is my family. They're the only family I've really ever had, so I'm here for the trip, and I'm going to do whatever I can to help out my buddies.
All right, awesome. Thank you. And next up is Terry.
Hi there, I'm Terry Mixon. I'm the author of the Empire of Bones saga and Imperial Marine saga, and I am playing Kyla Rye, who is a roughneck just like Cham, but she's much more cynical and sees the world not as a nice place. She's supporting a brother who needs her, but she's not exactly happy to be here, and she's probably not going to be the most easy to get along person here.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Derek.
Hi, I'm Derek Tyler Attico, science fiction author. I am currently working with Modiphius Games for Star Trek Adventures. I'm a role-playing game enthusiast. And the character I'm playing today is John J. Wilson, and he is the corporate liaison for the Britannic Corporation to keep these guys in line. So we're going to see how that plays out.
All right. Thank you, Derek. And last up, we have Kathy.
Hi, I'm Kathy Barabbas. I am currently still an admin assistant, playing Captain Vanessa Miller of the USCSS Montero, and I am really sick and tired of being just a corporate cog.
All right. Awesome. So let me bring everyone back here. All right. So a little bit of backstory for everyone. And just kind of just kick this off. So you are all space truckers on the star freighter, the USCSS Montero, running the gauntlet, the trade route between Anchor Point Station and the frontier. Your ship's cargo hold is packed with dozens of tanks of dangerous triithium gas that is in the process of decaying into extremely profitable helium-3. Or helium-3, I guess it looks like. Usually cargoes such as these are towed in massive tanker modules that transport much higher concentrations of the gas at a safe distance from a freight hauler. The Montero isn't rated as a commercial towing vehicle. However, this small run is a special order for the Weyland-Yutani corporate account on Sutter's World, a newly established frontier colony. While the trip so far has been fairly routine, the Montero's sensors developed a glitch before you left Anchor Point, and the sporadically pinged contact with a sensor reflection before you activated the displacement drive and went to FTL. Your cargo run so far has been without incident, but now you are just awakening from hypersleep, ready to deliver your goods to the colony of Sutter's World. So, yes, you all kind of abruptly get taken out of your cryo sleep, and your chambers open up. The ship is incredibly cold. The emergency lighting comes on with the just kind of very green tinged in your area, and a small set of lights, kind of like airline lights, that kind of lead the way, light up and start blinking out of the chamber and into the area where you have your gear, well, your your lockers and such. So you've been asleep for some time. So what do you guys want to do?
Kyla's gonna get dressed. Clothes, good.
Food better.
Food better.
Awesome.
Clothes and food.
I am going to palm half a pill and walk to the lavatory naked to take that half pill, then run water over the top of my head for as long as it takes for me to start feeling something. And then I'm going to come back and get dressed and dry my hair.
Yeah, basically even in cryo, the lack of having, even though your systems are slowed down enough, the lack of having anything in your body to make you happy just seems to wear you down. So that water feels incredibly weird going on you, but yeah, you kind of spring to life after a while. You're definitely hungering for a little bit more than food, but you can make your way. So. There is a full galley aboard the ship. Weyland-Yutani does usually like to stock it with various snacks and other assorted things. The food isn't the greatest. Again, you guys are on long hauls, so you know that it's mostly a lot of dehydrated and a lot of flash frozen foods. But you are all definitely hungry. So yeah, I mean, you can reach the galley fairly easily and find yourself there.
Lots of sugar, lots of hot sauce, and whatever it is.
Caffeine, sugar, starch, in that order.
All right. So shortly into your meal, so however you're enjoying it, cooking it into the little microwave or the the things that basically look like microwaves that you put it in. There's like a flash, and suddenly the food comes out hot. Mother, who is your ship, and not really your ship, but is the computer on the ship, sends a small little chirp and says that she would actually like to talk to Captain Miller.
And I go to my station to
All
see
right.
what is it she wants.
All right. So you go on. You take a quick seat, and mother will speak to you. So let me go ahead here and.
Captain Miller, you have picked up a distress call from a ship not on our records and need to investigate. The transmission is too garbled to determine who sent it. Your crew needs to triangulate its location and trace it to its source. Company rules dictate your crew needs to investigate. Not doing so means they will forfeit their shares and get no money for the run.
And with Mother's gentle voice, she relays to you the information.
Thank you, Mother. They're not gonna like this. And I go back to the galley and to talk to the crew. Guys, you're not gonna like this. I'm real sorry. Apparently, we've picked up a distress call. Unknown source, but we have to investigate it.
Is it a ship? Is it a colony? I mean, a distress call of what nature?
Yeah.
It's too garbled.
But garbled enough for us to know where to go? Do we have?
Yeah, we would have to triangulate the signal to know exactly where it is, but we have a heading.
Oh, that's all I need. Let me down this. I will basically chug the rest of the mug of hot coffee, pour myself another, and I'll start up to the bridge. And I'm like, well, sooner there, sooner back. And who knows? Maybe some of the people we rescue, maybe they've got a still.
Everything's the hallways are cold as you kind of walk through them, and just kind of have that really eerie echo, since there's really, there's no life on the ship other than yourself kind of walking through the hallways. Just that kind of clank 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 of the grids on the floor as you make your way up to the bridge. The bridge doors, they're open pretty easily. They're not, at least for one thing you can appreciate, is that you don't have stuck doors or any other problems with it. You can see your sensor controls in front of you on the ship. You know your place. You have your own comfy chair or whatever you have to sit on, and you can go ahead and sit down and make me a Comtech roll, please.
Who or which one of us?
Well, that would be the pilot who's walking up to the bridge.
All right, so walk me through making a comm check roll again. What do I need to roll?
All right, so simply all you need to do is on your character sheet, you should see the skill Comtech.
It's about the middle of the right side.
Middle of the right side. Comtech, I do see it. So.
All right, so go ahead and click on all you need to do is click on it.
Oh, hold on.
All right.
I opened it up as a. Bear with me, guys.
All right. Well, you just woke up out of cryo sleep, so obviously, it's expected.
Okay. Where are we supposed to be opening the character sheets? Because I'm clicking on it and nothing's happening.
If you go to your journal.
Okay.
and then go to make sure you open your character.
I think I'm in the wrong place, James. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm in the Google folder. I should be somewhere else, shouldn't
no,
I?
you should be in
Roll
Roll20.
Okay. Can you send me the link for that?
Just technical difficulties. All right, let's. So while our pilot is trying to figure out where she is, kind of fitting for this character to be completely lost and not feeling
Yeah, the meds haven't kicked in yet.
the greatest.
Better
Let's
watch
see
it, or
here.
Kylo will just stomp up to the bridge and roll it for you.
So what is everyone else doing?
Checking the cargo.
All right.
Make sure that nothing's come loose.
Yeah, I'm going to head with Rye to do that.
Okay. So yeah, nothing actually. It's nothing seems out of place or odd. Everything is still kind of strapped in the way it should be. So you do have what they refer to as a power lifter, but actually it's a small shuttlecraft called the Daisy aboard your ship, and the Daisy also is strapped in, and it's got those stoppers around the base of it, so it doesn't shift anywhere, because it's a small shuttle. If it got loose and slammed into side of the cargo hold, it probably would either take the wall out or crush the cargo that was in. So, but everything seems to be absolutely fine. And every time you enter a room, basically, Mother tends to start turning up the heat and turn on the lights. So it's nice and full and bright in there. There's nothing spooky or creepy hiding in the corners.
Yet.
All right. Captain Miller, are you doing anything?
I'm finishing my food before I head back to the bridge, just to see where we're going.
And John J. Wilson, what are you up to?
I go over to the captain while she's finishing up her food, and I say to her, I said, "Look, I guess you have to answer this. Do you actually have to answer this?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of do, right? Yeah, I guess you have to. And I'm here to monitor you guys. But my interest and the company interest is on performance. So if there's someone there, we have to render aid. But if there's not, my concern and my goals is for the performance and safety of the ship. So I think we should just see what's there, and if there's nothing there, I think we should just leave. How do you feel about that?
Well, you're right. We have to do it. My concern, sir, is for my crew and the safety of my crew.
Yeah.
So if we can render aid, we will, because we have to. But yeah, I guess we'll just leave if there's no one there to help.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking out for. I'm just trying to look out for you guys. That's my main concern in performance issues. I really don't want to get involved in anything beyond that. Really don't want to have to do a whole lot of paperwork, to be quite honest with you.
Pencil pushers.
All right. So Leah, Leah, back at the bridge. Something odd. So you go ahead and you run the scanners. So first of all, as everything starts coming up, you notice one thing, actually something very important, other than any possible beacon, is you're nowhere near Sutter's world. You are completely off course. Like there's not even anything to kind of possibly show a direction at this point. I mean, definitely you can get the ship and ping somewhere where you can at least get your bearings again, but you are completely somewhere in deep space, like outside the frontier zone. You're muted, by the way, too.
I see it.
Okay.
So did the ship pull us off course to start responding to this already, or are we just off course?
You probably think that, I mean, at this point, without doing any further reaching, it's probably the ship brought you out here.
Is the captain on the bridge?
Captain is still in the dining hall, the galley.
I'll hit the comms. I'll say, Captain Miller.
Yeah, Davis.
We are way, way, way off course. I'll relate our relative position. Did Mother pull us in the direction of the call before she woke us?
That's
I'm
what
not
it
sure if
seems
that's
like.
protocol.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll-
honestly, the first time you heard about this from Mother is after you were called in there, after you guys were brought out of cryo sleep.
I'm on my way up to the bridge. Let's talk when I get there.
You got it.
All right. So again, Kayla and John and Cham, anything particular, or just returning back to the galley?
Returning back to the galley. There's nothing else going on, and they don't pay me to be too curious.
Yeah, I'll go get another cup of coffee.
Well,
All
over
right.
here it is. I follow the captain.
All right. Well, nothing more than Kayla and Cham love is to sit around with a Wayland Yutani corporate type. So enjoy yourself. So yeah. So Captain Miller, you make it up to the bridge.
All right, Davis. Show me where we are. What?
I'll review the findings and our position, and I'll walk it down for her. Like, this is where we should be. This is where we are. This is where we were heading. So as near as I can tell, we were pulled off course, around here, and this is where we are now.
Yeah, because it's a straight shot from Anchor Point Station to Sutter's World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. I'm going to log in and speak with Mother again.
Okay.
How many hours before we reach the distress call? The location of it?
Sounds like we're getting an echo. Just trying to see. Okay. Echo gone. All right.
I think it's coming when Kathy talks.
Shouldn't.
Testing?
1, 2, testing.
Not me. Is it me?
No.
Is it me?
Okay.
Is it me?
It seemed to have gone away.
Is it me? Not me.
Awesome.
Derek, I don't know if anybody else knows, but I can barely hear you. I'm not sure if I'm deaf or what.
No, his levels are a little low.
Really? I didn't know. Sorry, guys.
No problem. All right. So yeah, so you can log in again, and Mother's lights kind of blink, and she's listening.
Mother, when did you pull us off course? How long ago?
It was a necessity to pull you off course.
But how
Company
long
protocols.
ago?
You kind of hear a pause. We started seeing the beacon or getting the distress call about a week ago. We decided to move the Montero off to investigate. Remember, it is important that we follow salvage rules.
No, you're right.
Salvage rules.
Whenever we have a chance to, intercept.
Saying? And the wheels start turning in my head because The ship needs parts. If there's no people to rescue, maybe we can rescue some parts.
Very true. Leah, go ahead and make me another Comtech roll.
All right, so no modifiers and just hit submit.
Nope. Yep. All right. This time, not so great. Now, one thing I'll tell you that you can do with the rules. So, if you roll dice and it doesn't come up any successes, you can do something called a push in order to make that happen, like re-roll the dice that didn't come up. However, when you do that, you will add a stress to yourself and basically, other things. So yeah, so you're basically trying to figure out where this mystery ship is or beacon is, and it's just you're not finding anything.
So I can't judge how far away we are, or even the
No.
right location to go.
Exactly. You just know that you are nowhere near Sutter's World.
And I have to locate the ship with the beacon because that's the whole point.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to down the rest of this cup of coffee and I'm going to push it.
Okay. So go ahead and add the stress, and then the stress will be also added into your roll.
So hit the stress chart once, like hit the number 1.
Yep.
And submit.
All right. So, so you managed to even with your stress never didn't show up. Weird. All right. So anyway, you still got a success. So a couple of interesting things as you're kind of like looking around or run your sensors is that one, there has been no communications from your ship, the Montero, to Sutter's World either.
So we're not even on the arrival list?
Well, there has been no communication, and usually what ends up happening is, the ship will communicate with Mother back and forth to basically say, all right, well, we're in range, we're ready to accept you, and that's when usually you'll start getting brought out of cryo sleep. But as you're looking, there has been no communication of that sort. In fact, you're kind of getting a feeling that communications seem really dodgy with your sensors. But could that be just the Montero being the Montero and, kind of a hoopty spaceship, or,
I'm going to put out a general call, like radio check. Is there, any reply to ships in community, within range? This is the Montero. We are just testing our equipment. Can anyone confirm receipt of this message?
and it falls on it falls on deaf ears. Nothing
All right.
comes back.
Which one of our techs is in charge of maintaining radio?
I guess that could be really probably not Wilson, but it could fall into either Captain or Cham or Mixon, because you're all pretty much bridge. Your official like ship crew. Wilson is too in a sense, but not. He's kind of like Burke from Aliens, where it's just like, hey, I'm the cool corporate guy who wears the suit on the ship.
So Cham then, not the.
Sure, that equipment's heavy machinery, right? No problem. It's machinery and it's heavy. I can handle this.
Which skill is it? Is a Comtech skill is what you use for the maintenance of it as well?
Yeah, Comtech is usually for most.
Between these two, which one would be better at it?
I've got a 3 in Comtech.
I have a 1.
All right,
but I'm willing to give it a try.
No, that's cool, Cham. Mixon, I'm getting some odd lack of radio here. We're not connecting. Can you just do a maintenance sweep to make sure that we don't have another broken system on the ship?
Kyla waits about 3 seconds because she has no idea who Mixon is, and then she realizes you must be talking to her.
Sorry,
So-
sorry. Kyla,
And then she goes, okay, I'll go check it.
thank you.
All right, so
there
go ahead
would
and
be
make that.
radio. There would be regular radio chatter between the ship and our destination as we're en route.
Yes, there would be like constant. I mean, obviously, like if you're between stations and there's nothing to communicate with, but as soon as you get within a certain range, there would be kind of a ping at least.
So
to
we're
kinda
not
go,
within that.
all right.
Are we not in that range, or did it just never happen?
Oh, you're not either. Well, you seem what you kind of figure out. You're way too far off course to get it. You're not even getting pings from like other places.
So we're like deep, butthole of space.
Yes, butthole of space. It's on the map there. Butthole of space.
But we're so far away. We're not getting pinged by anything.
We're in the sphincter
Nobody's
system.
out here.
Here you go, Terry.
And just as you're kind of settling down and kind of having this discussion, Mother speaks up again.
Imminent impact. Brace for collision. Imminent impact. Brace for collision. Imminent impact. Brace for collision. Imminent impact. Brace for collision.
God, by the time Mother's done talking, you guys will be blown up. Anyway, so that comes on, and suddenly, Leah, as you're kind of, because you and Kayla are at the comms, you actually immediately see something blip on your screen.
Holy crap!
Really close.
Evasive maneuvers.
I'm going to fire into evasive maneuvers and try and avoid contact with whatever has appeared in our path or is heading towards us. So
this
piloting?
is going to be a piloting roll, yes, and it is actually at this will require 2 successes to
okay, so modifier what, 2?
no, it's basically you're going to need to get 2 so when you roll the dice,
roll it.
you'll need Yep. Wow, 4 successes.
Nice.
You,
Those two cups of coffee and half amphetamine.
So everyone kind of rocks as even the artificial gravity is like having a hard time with the pull of the Montero as it kind of moves to the
And
side.
as I kick in the maneuver, I go on the inner arm. Sorry, guys, and just.
And you actually sense that your sensors actually pick up now a very large mass that's basically floating aside the Montero. But you missed it. Like you were basically going to slam right into whatever is out there. But luckily, Leigh and her talented piloting skills, you managed to shift it just enough to basically match up the Montero on the side. Whatever it is seems to just be floating aimlessly outside the ship, though.
Crap, Davis, you need to borrow my glasses? Come on!
It was not on the sensors. You don't think I've been doing sweeps?
Mm-hmm.
So John goes to the bridge. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. John goes to the bridge because after the collision and everything.
And I go, there was no collision. We didn't hit a thing.
Missed it by a mile.
It's all under control.
I imagine there's probably a big mess in the galley now, so I'm going to clean that up.
Yeah, because everyone kind of left their coffee cups and everything. So yes, all those little food containers and everything are just blown all over the place.
I'm like, oh, well, I'm up now. God damn it.
We need sippy cups and seat belts.
I said we need to get these sensors checked. We should have. I mean, Mother should be telling us that there's an object out there that we might hit before we're about to hit it.
So what the hell is that? What the hell?
I go, Kyla, check our sensors to check our radio.
Is that also a Comtech roll? Because I don't know what skill checking the sensors would be.
Comtech,
General maintenance of this bucket.
All right. So is Kayla checking to see what's
I
if
did.
there's
I've rolled
any
for
problems?
you. I did indeed.
Awesome.
See the roll.
I even see.
Very nice.
So the nice thing about when you're using the skills, and I'll kind of bring this up now, is you can, if you roll over the amount of dice you need. So in this one, you just needed one success. So each of the different skills, if managed to roll more successes than necessary, you can actually use those extra successes to do stunts. So with Comtech, you have a choice. So you managed to get, I believe, 3 successes. You can take 2 stuns with that. So, and I'll kind of give you a list of what they are here. Is you can gain a +1 modifier to a later skill roll. You don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future. You can do it quickly in half the time it would normally take. You get a new or unexpected bit of information. You hide your tracks or you show off. So those are 2 things that you can select from making that roll as you did.
+1 to a later skill roll and find a previously unexpected piece of information.
Okay. All right. You're going to bank that one? Or do you want to use it now?
How do you mean the finding information?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bank both of those.
Okay. Awesome. All right. But yeah, so you do a check, and honestly, Mother's systems seem to be absolutely fine. You're not
Something's
seeing
wrong.
any...
These systems seem absolutely fine. That can't be right.
Mother, run a diagnostic.
She'll go running internal diagnostic, and then you'll hear some little bleepy noises, and then you can kind of see that the system is doing a diagnostic check.
I'll go over to Kyle. I said, what do you want to bet that Mother's going to say? Oh, there aren't any problems. It's just it's not really a habit, and I can stop it any time I want.
I've never heard that before, she says relatively sarcastically while staring at Leah.
So outside the
and I'll smile, and I said, you're lucky I'm wired today, or we'd all be dead.
I feel lucky.
So outside the windows, you can see a dark shape as well, because the bridge does have some viewing windows, although it's space, so it's not clear view, but there is something dark and luminous outside. Now, the Montero does...
I'm sorry, Wilson's the company man?
Yep,
yeah.
Wilson
Okay,
is the company man.
I'll save my question to the end of your narrative. I apologize.
No problem. I was just going to say that the Montero does have floodlights on the outside of the ship. So
click
if you wanted to...
Click them on.
All right. So this is what you see.
And I thought we'd be seeing that eventually.
Yep. This is a very old ship. In fact, this ship is probably about 80 years old, if not older. It looks completely shut down. There's no external lights. There's no internal lights that you can see blinking. There seem to be a few system lights that would be on. There is lights that kind of show that there is some sort of activity going on with, how can I put it, with like engine function. But other than that, it's a dead weight in space.
I said, if it's so powered down, how is it sending out a distress beacon? And wouldn't have somebody picked it up by now? It's been out here a long time.
Emergency power will power the radio system for the beacon. It's separate.
indefinitely.
Mother pipes up and says, "What you're looking at is the USCSS Cronus, a Weyland-Yutani SEV M3 Hades class spaceship. It was launched in 2110 and has been missing for 3/4 of a century."
I'm not holding out much hope for the crew.
But
Yeah.
I'm holding out some really good hope for spare parts because our ship's probably about
Hey.
that old.
Hey, Mother, what was this thing carrying? Because, maybe there's a bonus for finding it. I could use a bonus.
Mother replies back, "Weyland-Yutani offers a very generous bonus package for salvage retrieval."
Woohoo!
This is a
Kayla smiles for the first time in 6 years.
All right. Well,
Mother
let's see if we
then
can tow it.
Mother speaks again.
A salvage operation is mandated by company rules. The crew's priorities are recover scientific data and samples from the USCSS Cronus, escort the salvaged Cronus to Anchorhead or another Weyland-Yutani facility, check for signs of life, save crew members on the Cronus if possible.
And with that, Mother shuts up again.
Data? Samples? You mean it's not a cargo ship?
It's a military ship, isn't it?
It is Mother says it is a research vessel.
No, research.
Oh,
It's
okay.
probably full of rocks.
No, it's full of wild geese, and it's our job to chase them.
I hate geese.
Well,
Those are going to be some old geese.
look,
I just go, oh, Jesus.
I'm evaluating you guys at this moment. So let's just get over there, get the stuff, and get it. You guys get some bonus.
This is bullshit. They're not going to have us still. There aren't going to be anybody alive. I'm getting another cup of coffee before I'm doing anything. and I run back. I'm like, I storm off the bridge, and I go back to the galley.
Okay.
But look, everybody wants to get a bonus, right? Myself included. Let's just
Coffee!
leave.
Anybody else want one?
Hey, maybe
Sure,
the
bring me
samples are
coffee. I
alien
love coffee.
Bring me one.
I'll take one.
So being out in space, what skill is operating in space, but like in a suit going over there? What is that?
A still?
What's
No,
What's still operating?
like vacuum suit. Like we saw a picture of somebody going over in a vacuum suit. How do we know who has the skills to do that?
Oh, boy. Not it.
okay? So everyone pretty much has this. Everyone pretty much has the skills to do it. So there's really no rules needed. However, when you're in such a ship or in such a situation, there are resource checks that you will need to make. And with those research checks, those material checks or whatnot, that will basically determine. So if you start to panic or anything else like that, then definitely you're going to start using up your air a lot more than you would otherwise. But to actually get in one and do spacewalks, perhaps I might have you make a certain roll to like a stamina or something like that to move around.
Mhm.
But other than that, you are fine. So I don't know if that answers your question.
It does indeed. And for everybody that doesn't know me personally, the character is cranky. I'm usually much more cheerful than this, but it's the character. I blame the character.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you in Roll20 the gear that you have. And this way you can definitely choose what you want to carry with you over there or assign it. Captain Miller and Wilson both have access to the equipment on the ship. So they can definitely dole out what needs to be doled out. All right, so let's see here. Also, Roll20 is being really weird, so
It
my
is being really
apologies
weird,
as
yeah.
well.
It's pants.
Is it going to work this time and not give me a weird error? Yes, it's going to work this time. Some weird reason Roll20 was like giving me some sort of network error.
It just logged me out.
Oh, did it?
I'm trying to log back in.
Okay. And for some reason, Roll20. Oh, maybe because I have to scroll. Wow, that's weird. Roll20 is just being not nice. All right. Well, I'm not going to worry about it. If we don't have it, we can just do it the old-fashioned way. But anyway, what you have aboard the ship. So Captain Miller and Wilson, if you just want to keep note, and I will go ahead and I'll put these into Roll20. By the way, so you have 5 IRC MK50 compression suits, all with fresh tanks. So there's one for each of you. You have one M314 motion tracker. It's fully powered. One cutting torch. One Watasumi bolt gun. It has 4 shots. One M4A3 service pistol. One Space Sub ASSO 400 harpoon grappling gun. A M240 incinerator unit, and it has enough to do 2 shots. And you also have your P5000 power loader. So those are the items.
Kyla's going to see about drawing the cutting torch, because when we get over there, getting into areas may be difficult without power. She's going to want to take tools and the cutting torch.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mother said that she will supply you with the schematics of the Cronus, so I will go ahead and get those over to you now.
Can I do a general flyby around the ship to look for signs of damage to the hull and the engines? Just so we kind of maybe have a clue to what repairs we need to make later on?
Sure. That is absolutely fine.
All right, so
Realize
I'll do a slow
if you
search.
botch the roll, we're going to, hit the thing, and then we're never going to let you live it down. You know that, right?
I'm going to do it nice and slow and easy after my 3rd cup of coffee. Nothing fancy. I'm not showing off. One close call collision is enough for today. Just a, slow, steady survey of the hull.
All right, so go ahead and give me a piloting roll. And you... Oh, wow. All right. Well, at least you didn't get a funny little creature in your your stress die there. So yeah, so you managed to pull the Montero and kind of do a wide sweep around it. For the most part, it looks pretty intact. I mean, it's definitely iced over. Nothing's warm on it at all. It just seems to be adrift.
Dead in the water.
Yep. I mean, it is an older ship, so just a lot of the systems are definitely dated. This is not something that's probably going to like start up and you'll be able to take off with it, but it's at least functional.
How many portals do I see? I mean, how many airlocks do I see? Like, how many points of entry?
How many points of entry? There's like a main airlock that looks easily accessible. It kind of looks like, and this you also have an umbilical aboard the Montero as well, in order to connect to the other ship if you need to. Otherwise, you could possibly put yourself on the side of the ship and cut a hole through it. Although that probably wouldn't be the
I'd
best
rather
idea.
not. I mean,
Yeah.
if I can get close enough and we can extend the umbilical and then do a bypass on the door, I'd rather, if we've got to tow it back or pilot it back, I'd rather us damage it as minimally as possible, because God knows what's already wrong with it.
All right, and if you notice, I just went ahead and put. Actually, I'll go ahead and share the screen here, so our people at home can take a look at this as well. So let me do that, and I can make this bigger. However, this doesn't want to get too big.
That's
All
what she
right.
said.
And I'm just gonna. I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen. So. Sharing screen and share screen. We're looking at this one. So what you can see now in roll 20 is the Cronus. It is a map of the Cronus. Everyone has a copy of it on roll 20. So if you need to take a look at it, but those are the specs that. So there is 4 levels to the deck. There is the top level where you have the most of the top level functions and such. I'm just going to go ahead and open it here on. Oh, I'm sitting here clicking on the screen and go, wait, why can't I open this?
I do that all the time.
There we go.
In my Star Frontiers game, half the time I try and share my screen, I end up letting them see all of my notes.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I'm such a loser.
The bridge is on deck B. The cryo tanks are in deck A, and this is also where the umbilical is also tied into.
Maybe
All right, so I'm gonna give the captain our options for boarding, and I'll let her make the call on how we're gonna go about this. It's above my pay grade.
Mm.
Are we gonna go through it? Are we gonna extend the umbilical and knock on a door, or do you just want to tether us in place and cut through a bulkhead?
Well, if we're gonna have to tow her or somehow pilot her, we don't want to do any damage. We don't want hull damage. We don't want to, and if anyone's alive, we don't want to risk depressurization. So let's go ahead and try the umbilical first.
You got it.
We've got looks like 6 airlocks that I can see on the plans. One of them is on A deck. One of them is on, I think it's the front of the ship in C deck, and we've got 4 on deck D, 5 on deck D.
All right. Well,
I would
Look-
suggest we try the one closest to the main bridge.
that
If we take the one on deck A, it's on the junction right above the junction that's directly, if we go directly down through the junction, we can go forward straight into the bridge.
yeah, let's do that. That's probably the best place to start. I mean, if they're alive, hopefully they're all in cryo sleep, but I mean, did you notice if there were any life signs?
So you didn't pick up any. Well, you pretty much didn't even see it, and there was no further scans done as you got close.
All right. Let's scan for life signs.
All right, so that is a Comtech.
I'll let
Somebody
somebody
not
else
me.
roll that. I've got 0 in that.
Yeah.
Kayla's at the Comtech console since she was just messing with the darn thing, so she'll roll.
Okay.
Yeah, someone not me.
All right. So it looks like you got 1 success. You're not. I mean, you're picking up some very low baseline life signs, which probably means that there are people there in cryo.
Kayla's impressed.
You're picking 10 life signs.
Can you pinpoint where they are?
They are on deck A in the cargo bay.
All right, maybe
Mother,
we
how
should
many-
set up the tether closest to them. They seem priority over this 70-year-old rust bucket.
Well, we're going to be docking on A in any case, or we're going to be going through A at the junction. So
Changes nothing?
cryo is directly back on that deck.
Okay. I'll start setting that up. Who's going?
Mother, how many crew did this ship have on it when it was lost?
She says that there was a crew of 20.
Ooh, that's awkward.
Hmm.
And then she goes into probable survival rate in deep space for 75 years in cryo units is and she gives you a pretty low number there.
When we wake these people up, we should tell them that they need to play the lottery because they just won.
I guess we're on our own.
I guess so. We're on our own now.
Okay, I'm game master now.
We've already taken over. Sorry, James.
All right, James,
We're
you're
wearing
playing
command
Lee.
now.
Sorry, little bit of technical difficulty there. Let me just go back and we'll get the ship back up.
All
Awesome.
right.
So what is the plan?
We're gonna still go for the same tether point. Kylie says that we're, the same point of entry gives us good access to both the cargo cryo and the bridge. So I'm getting ready to set that maneuver up to put us, within reach of that we can tether the ships together. And I guess we're trying to figure out who's going to knock on the door and make the first, step in.
All right. So you are going to need to make a piloting roll again just to kind of match the speed, which is, it's drifting, but you need to make sure that you're not going too fast or too slow for this.
Right. And rolling. Egads.
Egads. Oh no. You got the
Yeah, that's not good.
nastiest little stress roll. All
It's
right.
like a little whammy. No whammies.
So on your character sheet,
Uh-huh.
you will go ahead and see a little button there that says stress dice.
I see stress level. Where's stress dice?
Oh, where are we at here? Just taking a look.
In the center, below.
I see stress dice. Yes, I see
Yep.
that.
So go ahead and give that a roll. All right, where are we at here? Oh, it just comes up as stress
blank.
dice. Yeah, that's do me a favor, hit panic.
What could possibly go wrong?
No, no, James.
No, no, thank you.
All right, there we
Okay, interesting.
that's what we needed to hit. So panic roll of 4. It's pretty kind of common. So I will read you.
Is he freezing for anyone else, or is it just me?
Chart that
No, I've got James freezing as well.
And there he goes. Wah, 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 wah.
All right, we back or
Yep.
Some of
back.
us never left.
We
Oh.
couldn't hear you though. You were kind of breaking up and freezing in the middle of that.
okay?
Much
So
like the ship we're about to dock with.
so pretty much you're calm and it's a little nerving, but nothing particularly bad happens at this point. So definitely, as your stress level goes up, the chances of you having a freak out. So pretty much it just got a little uncomfortable. You probably got a little too close to the ship, but you could take a deep breath because you are doing okay.
Does anyone else notice how close that maneuver was?
Yeah, I did.
I've got to go
I'm
change my
monitoring it.
shorts. Thanks.
I didn't ask you guys.
I had
James, did they
faith in you.
notice or not?
They probably didn't.
Okay.
Oh, didn't? Oh.
Everything's fine.
But definitely you can
Fine.
tell that Lee
Smooth
is
as silk.
a little sweaty, more than normal. All right, so it's going to take a heavy machinery roll if you want to extend the umbilical cord between ships.
So from me or anyone?
Whoever wants to make that roll.
I've only got a 1. Anybody got a better roll than that?
Yeah, I've got a 3 in that. That's my specialty.
Please take it.
I will go
You're
down.
up.
I will go down and extend the docking tube.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So that's 2. And I'm not sure heavy machinery actually gets... Oh, yes, there are stunts for that because you only needed 1 to do it. So you also have the option of you can save a +1 modification to a roll later. Or you got this, so next time you need to do this, you don't have to make a roll for it. And the other things where you do it quickly in half the time, you break it permanently, you act quietly, or you show off. So you can have any one of those as something you can bank or use right away if you wish to.
Yeah, I'll bank it for now. There's no reason to show off right now.
Okay, awesome. All right, so as you're bringing the umbilical cord over, but as soon as it basically tries to latch on to the airlock of the ship, it's not particularly fitting correctly, and is having problems. It's not holding on.
Don't make me come out there.
So the only way to either you could try to find another point of entry, or you can go out and do a little bit of a spacewalk over to the door to see if you can get it to work.
Yep, I'm gonna have to go out there. Anybody have any objections with me going out there and giving it what for?
Nope. Go right ahead.
Anybody got a stick? I'll give it a damn good thrashing.
It could be a layer of ice on the outer hull, keeping the docking mechanisms from mating.
I mean, I can order it to do it.
Hey, oh, Rye left. Oh my gosh. I was going to see if Rye wanted to go out with me with the torch in case I needed to melt some ice.
Lay will
I still
say,
hear you. I've got the headphones on.
that never works.
she'll
My
grumpily
ex-husband tried
go
to
with
order
you.
me to do it all the time.
Rye will grumpily go.
Sure.
All right, so I'm gonna. So I will assume that Wilson
James.
will go ahead. Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Hold on.
Never mind.
Oh.
He was just saying hi.
Oh, hi. Hello. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just actually kind of looking on the other screen. All right.
Thank you,
So,
Mitzi.
Yeah, Wilson is gone. He's definitely going over there with you guys.
Wilson! He's gone.
Okay.
So it definitely probably raises an eyebrow because it's kind of odd that the corporate guy wants to go on a spacewalk, but sure.
Did we leave him over there?
What?
No,
So-
we have to bring him back.
Gotta bring it back.
So are you going to go ahead and make sure they hopefully have the MK50 compression suits? Because going out without one is a little crazy.
Well, aren't there suits for everybody?
Everybody
Yeah, there are
has
5 suits.
Five.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
All right, so you guys can go ahead and get suited up.
Yeah, this won't take long.
All right, so on your character sheets, and I'll go ahead and give you the stats here. So basically, down where you have consumables, you can put in 5 into there.
For
into
air, I'm
or
guessing.
in all
Yep,
of them. What-
that is air. Yep. And they are they do have an armor rating of 2. Which you can put under armor.
So 5 on air and 2 on armor.
Yep. And over on yep, there you go. Perfect. And also just I'm sure Wilson will let everyone know that those suits cost $15,000 a piece or credit, so definitely they are very important to the company.
In that case, I will pee before I put mine on.
Well, I
Awesome.
mean,
All right, so go ahead.
I was just gonna say we've all been here for 6 months, so I mean, I know I'm the corporate guy, but I would hope that you guys don't think of me as just a corporate guy. I would hope.
We absolutely don't see you as a corporate shill.
Right. That makes me feel so much better. Thank you so much.
Haven't we been asleep for most of those 6 months? I don't know what you guys have been dreaming about, but I have not been dreaming about Wilson.
I have.
What?
I'll go on the intercom and I'll go in the lewdest voice I have. I go, I have.
This is,
Okay, so
it sounds like a really bad sitcom. I Dream of Wilson.
just and for those watching at home, I'm usually not this big of a jerk. It's just that the character's a drug addicted thrill seeker, so I'm leaning into that.
You know, Wilson, every time I dream about you, all I see is a volleyball and I don't understand it.
I'm not even gonna reply.
All right. So are you taking?
So do I, and I'm spiking it.
You spike lots of things, Leah. Lots of things. Usually alcohol.
Oh my God.
I'll
All
start
right.
playing Amy Winehouse over the intercom.
So are you going to take anything with you? I mean, like a cutting torch might be helpful.
Yeah. Kylie already claimed it anyway, the cutting torch at the start of this
Okay.
because she knew that she might need that. If there's any tools that like a toolkit or something, she'll want to attach that as well. There's no telling what she's going to need over there.
Yeah, there's basically a you kind of have a standard whatchamacallit toolkit that you would bring just to kind of work on things, or if you're trying to like get into circuitry or stuff. So that's pretty common that you would carry with you. All right. So if that's what we need, let me go ahead and give you your power supply for your cutting torch, which is power supply 5. So whoever has it under consumable, go ahead and put in 5. All right. So how the consumables work is simply whenever Especially air is a little. So if you get spooked or something happens, I'm going to have you make a roll. If you fail that roll, that basically means your consumable goes down by 1. So, air, you can use it pretty quickly. Power, you don't have to rake unless you're using something pretty heavily to get there. So, all right. So you can semi-easily leave the ship basically through the same portal as the umbilical if you wish. You're definitely matching speeds with the ship, so you need to get your way over there. I need everyone who is going to make me a mobility roll.
Oh, great.
Oh no.
Ooh.
We love you, Cham.
We're tethered together, right?
Not anymore.
So, were you tethered together? This is the GM's olive branch here.
It would seem to make sense if we're going on a spacewalk.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, Kayla, you walk out. You kind of move yourself along and get to the side of the airlock on the outside. You suddenly feel a tug at your basically at your waist. I want you to go ahead and make me a stamina roll, please.
All right. Where is stamina? I don't see where's stamina hiding on this sheet.
Stamina is
There it is. I see it. I see
Yep.
it.
Okay. Nice. So you get yanked, but you don't basically lose your grip on the side of the airlock as Cham kind of goes floating by and hits the basically tugs you as it hits the end of the thing. So, and then following up, Wilson will come out and basically latch himself to the side of the airlock. So, Cham, it's your show. Heavy
Cham,
machinery.
Not horsing around. Come on.
I got this. How is that even possible?
Wow.
Oh my.
These tools are defective.
What did they pay you for again, Cham? I'm kind of curious.
So Cham, I want you to go ahead on your character sheet and hit the button that says power.
Okay. I have 0 power.
The hamsters are giving it all they can, Captain.
That's weird that it lowered it down by that much. Go ahead and put 4 in there. It was 5. Yeah, pretty much what ended up happening is that you maybe were holding up going, oh, I haven't used this thing in a while. Does it still work? And basically managed to like shoot the cutting torch into space.
Oh, well, the reason his power went down is because I had the torch, so I have power 5 in mine.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't have the number in his
don't have-
originally.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and put that number in yours then. Oh, wait, are you doing it, Kayla, or is Cham doing the?
Yeah,
I'll pass it to Cham. That's fine.
I brought Kayla along to use the torch. I was going to do anything with the machinery.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It is a heavy machinery roll to use the torch.
Oh,
You're much better with the torch. Kyla will happily pass the torch along. Let me drop my my power deck down to 0, and there you go.
Yeah, then put your power up to 5 and then hit the button again.
all right. Ah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wow. Okay, that's a roll.
In Call of Cthulhu, that would be
I
a
threw myself
self-decapitation
instead of-
roll.
I'm sure you're going to recover just fine from that injury.
Sure.
So I need you to go ahead and hit the panic button.
Oh,
6. I think 6. You are still good. I believe. So yeah, 6. Keeping it together, you managed to keep your nerves in check barely. So go ahead and lower your power down by 1. As again, you probably shot it and it just almost swiped across Kayla. And she's like, I got
Seriously?
this.
Seriously?
Who's been messing with this torch? These are not the settings I left at home.
And give yourself a stress. All right. So we got to try this again, or are you handing it off to
Have
someone
you been
else?
taking torch lessons from Leia's piloting skill? Come on now.
Yeah, I'll do it again. I can do it again.
Okay.
I mean, what are the odds that it's gonna?
Oh, I like that.
Don't say that.
Damn it!
All right, there we go. You got it. So it takes a little bit of time because you have to end up cutting some pieces that are fairly damaged, and it could possibly be from just things hitting the ship as it's been kind of like floating aimlessly. But you managed to knock it into place and finish getting the umbilical cord connected.
Yay!
All right, and once it's connected, you can do the manual override on the ship. So if you want to go ahead and give me a heavy machinery again.
Okay.
Awesome. Cham manages to get everything manually going, and the airlock opens on the Cronus.
Finally, Kayla says.
My job here is done. Is it break time?
That actually makes her laugh.
So what do you want to do?
So are we going back into the ship? We're outside the umbilical. We have to go back into our own ship to get into the umbilical. That's how this works, right?
No, so pretty much what happened is you got the umbilical cord to the close to the airlock, but it wouldn't connect. So you kind of walked through the umbilical and then just kind of jumped onto the airlock to work on it. So you can easily you can basically call back to the ship and have Mother reconnect the umbilical.
But we'll be on the outside or the inside? I guess I'm confused about where we are in compared. Do we climb into the umbilical before?
Yeah, I think we went outside.
Connected?
We went inside the end of the umbilical to connect it to the other ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, you can, unless you want to stay outside as Mother reconnects the umbilical, that's totally up to you.
I think that sounds like a really bad idea. If the corporate guy wants to stay outside, you know.
Oh, gee, thanks.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
Kylo will go ahead and, after everybody's inside, ask Mother to reconnect the umbilical.
Okay. Which Mother does.
And so once we're in, what is open to open the airlock? Is that a heavy machinery task or?
Yeah, I had Cham, actually that's the last roll Cham made, was to go ahead and get that open.
Well, I guess it's time to bring out the hand lights and go see what we're looking at.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This bonus money isn't going to earn itself now. Come on, let's get a move on, people.
Yeah, it is completely dark inside the ship. Yeah, so you will need some sort of lighting. Nothing
Do our
is
suits have lights?
Nothing has turned on. Yes, your suits kind of have that like little overhead
Headlamp.
Yep.
Yeah, I can just turn that on, or
Yep. You can do it from within the suit.
yeah, let's definitely switch mine on. Start looking around.
All right. It is completely dark. Your suits are telling you that the temperature is below freezing. at this point, and the air systems haven't come on yet. So the suit recommends that you stay in your suit, or else, imminent death.
Right.
We're not going to be able to bring anybody out of cryosleep until we get life support functional again. That would just be instant death for them too.
Yep, that would be.
That's a good point.
Maybe we need to make a trip to the bridge before we worry about trying to wake everybody else up. We need to get an idea of what kind of situation we're dealing with.
Just remember the first order of business, your first priority is to recover any scientific data.
Does that pay more than recovering the ship itself?
Well, I mean, if we could get the whole ship, I think Watani would be happy with that as well, right?
Whaling,
Wayland would be happy.
Whaling, a company who cares. Forget about the 10 survivors. Go right to the database. Because you know that 75-year-old research is more important than nearly a dozen human lives.
It's good to
All
see the
right.
captain has her priorities straight.
Look, it is what it is, but they pay well. So
Oh, in that case, I'm all for it. I get off the comms and go get another cup of coffee.
All right, so I take it the three, Wilson, Rye, and Cham, are going to be heading into the airlock?
Yes.
yes.
All right. So you'll go in. You can go ahead and, the controls are a little old, but you know how to reactivate the airlock and close it from the outside to reopen it to the ship. So I take you go ahead and do that.
Yep.
Okay. And you're in the airlock. The other side opens up, and what you can see is definitely the flooring and the walls of a very, very old ship, a very old Whaling Yutani vessel. There seems to be like little ice stalactite, or I don't know, stalactite. I can never get which ones are right, but just
Tight is up.
basically
Tight is up.
okay. So stalactites and stalagmites, just basically the whole floor is iced over.
James,
And yes,
my memory cue was mites are bugs and they crawl on the floor. That's the only way I ever remembered it.
Tight because it's holding tight to the ceiling.
there we go. But that actually, well, I don't know. That's not as easy as mite on the floor. But mites can also
mites crawl. They're a bug. So they're on the floor. That's the way I always remembered it. It's
all right. So you can bring up the location of the ship inside the heads-up display in your suit. So where do you want to head to?
We need to go down one deck on the ladder. I guess it's a ladder, not stairs. And then we can exit the junction and we'll be directly behind the bridge.
Okay, so you're going to go and walk over to the junction area and then head down to the bridge area.
That's Kayla's intention. Yes.
Okay, so at this point on the Montero, Mother actually will say that she is going ahead to get life support, basically bring life support back online and start warming up the ship. And to start getting the internal air conditioning and everything going, life support. But she said it will take some time to boot up these systems. They've been offline for a very long time.
Mother, can you tell me if you're picking up anything unusual in your access to the systems?
She says that the only thing I can read is the cryo tanks, and I can read what's the very faint distress beacon is what brought us here.
If we got to bring the whole ship back, why bother bringing everybody out of cryosleep? Why can't we just get the propulsion systems working again and take the ship back and let some other crew deal with explaining to all of these people that all their family has been dead for half a century?
And if they've lived 75 years in cryosleep, what's another couple of weeks going to matter?
Not a bad idea.
It's not like they have any loved ones left alive.
Yeah, I mean, their kids are probably dead, so I don't want to be the one to wake them up to that reality.
And what's really important is the data.
No, what's really important for you is where the booze is on the ship. Admit it.
That booze is, if there is any, is frozen solid, and I'm not in the mood for a moonshine sickle.
So
I don't know,
vodka,
yeah,
that's what you're
alcohol
looking for, right?
wouldn't necessarily. It's probably nice and chilled.
I don't like mixing my stimulants with my depressants.
All right, so those of you aboard the Cronus, you can hear a loud bang as you can tell that the reactor of the ship and the life support systems are being brought back online.
A bang. I'm not sure that's what I associate with good things from power systems.
Yeah, it's not normally an ideal situation.
It's like an old boiler.
Basically,
You start to hear squeaks within the wall, and vapor basically starts to like pour out of vents.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Are there any way to close off those nearby vents?
They look like they're life support vents.
Yeah,
so
they're
air would
pumping air
usually
in,
come-
so I
Yeah,
wouldn't
We
do
have
that.
suits on.
yeah, you have suits on, so. All right, so it looks like there's a hallway that goes straight ahead, and there is a door off to your right as you basically look down the hallway.
Is it labeled?
This is on deck A, or
Yeah, this is on deck A.
I thought we boarded in the junction. There's a ladder literally right there that takes us down to deck B. So I don't know that we're going out, are we? We're going down the ladder. Unless somebody's
Okay.
changing the destination anyway.
Well, and again, I'm just looking at the map here and looking at where the airlock might sit, but
The airlock is at the front of the ship, according to the map. There's the very front room, and then the one directly behind it that says junction. That's where the airlock symbol is. It's like a little flag with a slash in it.
all right. Are you looking
You
at
see
the are you looking at the Cronus map?
I am. It's marked A1 on the map.
Aha, there we are. Okay, sorry. I got lost. I had GM mistake. I had mistaken something. All right, so yeah, so you basically exit that airlock, and yeah, you find yourself in the junction area. There is stairs going down.
Yep, a ladder set going straight down to deck B, and it'll let
Yep.
us out right behind the bridge.
Okie dokie. So you're gonna make your way down?
I am.
All right. So you get down to the bottom. It's a fairly simple room. There's not much in it here. There is an exit there are 4 exits out of this room to the north, south, east, west, north. I think I said north twice. But there's also your lights pick up something odd crumpled on the floor.
What's this? Kayla will take a closer look.
All right, it actually looks like a body.
Holy shit! I've got a dead body here.
The body is actually in a spacesuit. One of the features of the body that you notice off the top is that there's no helmet and there's no head.
That's usually a good sign that I found the cause of death.
Looking at the wall, you definitely see there's splatter of blood and brain matter frozen to it.
Nice.
Captain Miller, I think we've got a problem here. Is there a way to send the image back to send an image of what we're seeing back to the ship?
Yeah, you have cameras. So think of like
sh-
aliens when they had the
Yeah. So Kayla's going to go ahead and send the image back, and just because she's mean that way, she'll zoom in on the gory parts.
I'll say I will go over the comm. Can you pan down to see if we can get a name tag so we can identify this poor fucker?
Suits probably won't have a name tag on it. They're generic. Anybody can use them. But
yeah,
she'll do it anyway. She'll do it anyway.
Yeah, it's an older generic spacesuit. When you look, when you kind of pan around, you also see that near the body, there's a Model 37A2 shotgun on the floor.
Sweet. Kayla will
From the
abscond with
angle of it, James,
Uh-huh.
does it look like it could have been self-inflicted? You know, if you were the kind of person who was sometimes low on drugs and considering offing yourself with a shotgun, does it look like this may have been a self-inflicted shotgun wound to the face?
That's the that's the impression that you get, that whoever this was took their own life.
Was it a man or a woman?
From, unless you peel the body out of the suit, and since it has, unless you're really good at, like, that looks like the brain of a woman. That it's kind of hard to tell.
Well,
I'll
they need to
inform
go
the rest of
through
the
their
crew that
pockets for loose change, because that would be part of our salvage.
I will inform everyone that guys, I'm no expert, but that looks self-inflicted. I would start scanning for biologics. Maybe there was some kind of toxin, maybe some kind of psychotic,
Everybody,
maybe
I'm sorry.
because they were trapped and had no life support and nowhere to go. That might kind of make somebody want to off themselves.
When
Maybe.
you start to lose life support, you usually freeze to death and fall asleep. You don't get suicidal.
Well, if you're out here for this long and you realize and you think there's no hope, depression could have set in.
Yeah.
I guess it just seems like a really.
Then why didn't they go into
There's
cryo
different
sleep with
ways
the
to
other
die.
10 people?
Maybe there's an engineering failure. We won't know until we get back there to look.
They could just walk outside. It would be just as easy. And
Where did they get a shotgun? Why do they have a shotgun on a science ship?
Well, even science ships need to protect themselves, don't they?
We're a cargo ship. We've got what, one pistol?
yeah, why didn't we get a shotgun?
Yeah.
Why didn't we get a shotgun?
Wouldn't be enough if I went ape shit. Then I laugh over the comms.
So everyone make me an observation roll.
Including
Everyone?
the people on the deck?
No,
deck?
just the people on the ship.
Okay.
All right.
Also known as Team Poor Bastard.
None of you is wearing red, right?
We're Team Final Girl.
Wilson, go ahead and make me an observation.
Hang on 1 second, put it down.
Okay.
Let's see. Just click on observation, right? Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
A little bit of a
there we
laugh.
go. All right, so Cham and Wilson, you also notice something really odd about the body, and it's awkward, and maybe it has something to do with, I don't know, with something, but the arms of the corpse seem longer than normal human arms.
That's weird.
They've stretched the compression suit till it's torn at the forearms.
That's weird. Do you see that? The arms look longer than the suit was made for.
Wilson, pan down a bit so I can see what you're looking at.
I pan towards the arms.
Yep, and now you can see where the basically the compression suit has ripped right at the forearms.
That took some force.
Crack.
Something shouldn't rip that easily.
That's strange. Do
But,
we see skin through the suit, or is it clothing through the suit, or?
well, the body's frozen too, so you can see some skin, but it just looks like corpsicle.
Right. That's strange.
This is all very exciting and whatnot, but are we really gaining anything by looking at this poor dead person? It's going to start smelling in here when the life support gets going. So maybe we should, I don't know, go to the bridge and see what we see there.
Well, we're gaining some nightmare fodder, so that'll give you something to dream about when we go back into cryosleep.
You mean other than Wilson?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I love you all too.
All
Said no one else.
right, just leave the body Go to the bridge, see if you can figure out what the hell went wrong with this thing.
Well, all right. I'll take the shotgun. Is everybody taking the shotgun?
Leah picked it up, or not Leah, but Kayla picked it up, but
Don't
she's
pick it
not
up?
skilled in the use of it. She's just carrying it.
Okay.
Does anybody else know how to use this? She'll hold it out to whoever wants it.
Isn't it just point and click?
I don't know. I don't shoot shotguns.
Point
Me
and click.
neither.
Point and click.
She'll give it to Wilson. He'll look hot with it.
Sexy corporate guy with a shotgun.
There you go. Now only is an axe.
All right, so you're heading up to the bridge.
Yes.
Okay. You make your way into the bridge. You immediately see the comm station straight ahead, and then as you go around, you can see the other stations. In the center is kind of an old style hollow display table. So it usually brings up things like mapping charts or entertainment or whatever people did 75 years ago.
Mhm.
And that continuing up, you'll actually get to the command station.
Is there a way for me to communicate with just specific people?
I'm sure you can just comm into an individual.
All right, Kayla was the one who picked up the shotgun first, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to direct a communication just directly to Kayla and say, what the hell possessed you to give a pencil pusher a rifle? And for the folks at home, I really am a nice, sweet, respectful person, but my character really doesn't like Wilson.
Off cam, I'm gonna, off comm, because I can hear her saying this because she's standing right next to me. I said, in all fairness, it's a shotgun, not a rifle.
If somebody's going to blow his head off, it's probably better not me, right?
Probably. Good point.
He's probably going to, I just say, as I sip my coffee, he's probably going to try and off all of us with the shotgun so he gets full shares of whatever salvage.
Whoa! I love it.
Oh, this went dark real fast.
All right, so where are you heading into the bridge?
Let's see. Kayla wants to know what she can find out about the systems because Mother's not picking up a whole lot. She's going to go to the life support station monitor on the right and see if she can bring up more information about the ship. And just because it might, well, that's not a comm thing. So she'll just see what she can bring up. This is life support. Is that a comtech role?
It is Comtech, yep.
I'm going to go ahead and use the unexpected bit of information to see if I can, pull something else out of this that might not otherwise come out of the GM's lips.
Okay, like what particularly sort of information?
I don't know. I'm open for whatever. I don't know what extra tidbit you might throw in if I get it.
It might be useful to know where the ship has been.
Not sure I can get that from the life support.
Well, not from life support, but from what we really need is we need access to the main computer core.
Yeah.
To this ship's mother.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. So
maybe that would be better for her to try to bring their mother online and see what's going on there.
Okay. I mean, you can pretty much even do that from the comm station.
Okay, then that's what Kayla is going to do.
Okay.
Are you guys discussing that over comms?
Sure. That's the only way we can talk.
I will say, are you sure that's a good idea? I mean, for all we know, their AI went psychotic. We don't know what the cause of this disaster was.
Isn't that a little paranoid?
A lot of paranoid?
We've been pulled off course.
So we should be
would
more
not
paranoid
be-
about our mother that pulled us off course without telling anybody. So maybe we should be more concerned about our computer than their computer.
I think all the moms are in on it, guys, but I'm over here, you're over there.
The drugs have finally got to her.
They're just looking out for us. Mother knows best.
Mother knows best. Okay, guys, let's see how that works for you. And I take off the headset. I go back down to the commissary. I have the other half of that pill with another cup of coffee, and I bring back one for the captain.
All right, so Kayla, you gonna try to
Well,
get
that worked out well for me.
Oh boy. Goose eggs.
Can you use a banked +1 to a later contact roll after you blow it?
Yes, you can.
Ooh, ow.
I think you've banked one of those. So
I did. That's why I said, can I use it?
all right. So you see Mother start to come online. This one shows up as Mother 2000, as yours is Mother 6500.
Oh, wow.
So definitely an older model. And yep, it comes online.
You sure it's not named HAL 2000? Because, that would be really awkward.
Tell it
No.
to open the pod bay doors.
Mother, open the pod bay doors.
Sorry, I can't do that.
So what are you saying to Mother?
Mother, my name is Kyla Ray, and we have found your ship drifting in space. Can you give me a status on your systems and maybe an explanation of how you got here?
System it basically says systems are malfunctioning.
That's very helpful.
No
Life
shit.
support is back on. However, the oxygen scrubbers are damaged and may need to be repaired for full use of the ship's systems.
Where is the ship, Mother?
Basically it goes quiet for a second and says
Wait.
location of Cronus unknown.
Leah, did you ever figure out where we are?
Mother wasn't telling me.
Aren't you supposed to be looking at stars and doing other pilot voodoo to go ahead and figure out where we are?
Sure thing. Let me just as soon as I'm done with your doll, I'll get right to the rest of my voodoo to find our position.
Oh, that's a much better kind of doll than I thought you were going to say you had of me, Leah. Thanks.
Mother says the last location of the Cronus was LV1113.
I'll let the pilot figure out where we are on the map then.
Off comm, I go to the captain. Can you get them back on mission? We're not here to solve a mystery. We're here to download some fucking information and tow this scrap of junk back to a fucking star, to a base. Why are we even out here? What's this Sherlock Holmes bullshit?
And during that, Mother speaks again.
Warning, Cronus cryochambers deactivated. Warning, Cronus cryochambers deactivated.
Oh, crap.
Oops.
Wake
Did
up.
I do that?
Told you not to activate Mother, you jack-offs.
Leah is going to... Leah. Why do I keep saying I'm your character? I don't know why. Kyla is going to see if she can use the Comtech, the life support console here to reactivate them remotely.
Okay. Go for it. Wah, wah, wah,
Wah. Well, I didn't know any of them anyway. They were all 75 years old. Nobody's going to miss them.
So life support hadn't been reestablished fully, so these people are going to wake up to top of Mount Everest atmospheric conditions.
So I'm not. These old controls. I can't figure this out. Anybody else want to try to figure out how to reactivate these life support things? I can't figure it out.
I can give it a shot, but
Give it a shot, Cham. Maybe you can save these people. You'll probably get a bonus for that.
oh, hey.
Absolutely. Remember, I'm here to monitor performance. A little else.
I'm here to monitor performance and add an extra level of stress on your performance.
All right, so that's actually 2 successes. That's good. So what exactly you're trying to pull off, Jam?
I'm trying to reactivate the cryo system so that these people don't wake up, and that they stay safe in their cryo, in their hyper sleep tubes or whatever it is, because we don't need them waking up right now when there's very little atmosphere on this ship and it's like minus 30 or whatever. Or maybe we do. I don't know, but.
So you go in, and while that was an excellent roll, it kind of seems that Mother is the Mother is overriding your command.
Well,
You know,
we
this is the
also
company's fault.
we also have a comment from one of our viewers.
that company would never do anything to hurt us.
That's Regina Jazz Hands Moreau, one of Ramos, one of my
Thank you.
Call of Cthulhu playtesters.
Thank you.
Nice.
Also,
Nice.
Don't worry, Derek. I'm sure that you're just going to do great with that shotgun later.
and it starts bringing up basically bio information on each of the people in the tubes.
And how many people was that again?
There's 10.
10.
It shows Albert Johns, who second officer of the Cronus. It shows security officer Valerie Reed. It then goes on to show medic Liam Flynn on the Cronus. You also have chief scientist on the Cronus, who is Daniel Cooper, age 53. You have Lori Clayton, who is the corporate liaison for the USCSS Cronus, age 42.
9 more.
You also have a captain of the that's it. So actually, yeah, it shows that there are 10, but those are the only names that show up as actually living.
Oh wow.
Does the life support system say how cold it is back in that area of the ship? Do they even have a chance? Is there any air there, or are they toast?
Air has come back on. It's basically saying they're showing heavy signs of carbon monoxide in the airflow, but it is breathable, while it may not maintain for long. And the temperature is slowly rising. So right now it's getting to about 5 degrees below zero.
That's actually short-term survivable, even in their skivvies. So, how fast? Let me look at this map here. If I go back up to the top, it's basically a short run back there. Where would we find blankets or something on this ship that they could get into? Are there blankets back in the cryo area?
I'm going to scream, screw the blankets, get them into pressure suits.
Where are the pressure suits? Let me look at that map here again. There
are some there are some suits actually near the junction.
Well, we've got one over here without a helmet.
There's a body in
it. Details.
And it's got ripped arms, remember?
Oh, yeah. Well,
And
maybe
a
we can
bullet
find
hole
somebody with really
in the
short
face
arms and we can
plate.
tie it off.
I don't get paid enough for this. Kayla is going to go ahead and bolt back up the ladder and start grabbing suits with the intent of headed back toward the back.
You guys are getting paid?
Well, eventually.
I'm monitoring performance, right? What about the scrubbers? Can we repair those scrubbers?
Yeah, I mean the scrubbers probably could be repaired. You'll have to locate where the actual systems are.
The scrubber shaft is marked on the map. I'll have to pass it to get back to the cryo chambers. It's marked at least on deck A.
So I can probably get them in the suit, and you can probably have more proficiency with the scrubbers.
That's good for me.
Yeah?
Good for me.
Let's do it.
All right, so you're going to gather up the suits, or you're heading straight to the cryo chamber?
Yeah, we're gonna get the suits and head to the cryo chamber. I'm gonna get them in the suits, and she's gonna take a look at the scrubbers and try and repair the scrubbers.
Okay. Give me a second here. All right. So yeah, you can easily run back. I mean, they're kind of heavy to get the suits, but
Kayla will carry 2 and leave 3 to him.
Okay.
He's big and muscular. He can carry 3.
I can carry some too, and then
Oh, you're coming? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Come on.
otherwise I can just hang up here on the bridge and just hang out with the corpse.
No, come with us.
I'll carry some suits. It seems safer.
What could possibly go wrong?
all right. When you go into the suit room, you notice that in the room, kind of on the walls, there's a weird fungus
Oh,
that's
yuck.
that's growing. Not particularly on the suits, because the suits are behind lockers, but like on the floor around you is kind of a weird bulbous mold.
Kayla is not going to step into the nasty. She has no desire to get that on her.
This must be part of the science stuff that they were doing.
It might be, yeah.
So, what do you think? A science experiment going wrong?
Maybe.
Somebody's refrigerator mold got way out of control.
Yeah, somebody left their sandwich uncovered in the refrigerator, and 75 years later, this is what happens.
I'll
Well,
cue
try not
it.
to step in it.
I will just say in my most sarcastic voice, sounds like you guys be a little paranoid over there.
Take another upper and call me in the morning.
Good luck with the space herpes.
Aren't you only like your 6 cup of coffee by now? Or 7?
I lost track.
Boy, this is a friendly crew here.
All right. So is anyone going in to get the suits?
Is there any way to get the suits without stepping in the junk?
It's not everywhere. Like, it's not completely blanketing the area. It's just in patches. It's almost like kind of a black looking mold that has these weird bulbous like pox on it. I guess that's the best way to explain it.
If
Hentai-esque.
Kayla can get in there without stepping on that to get to the suits, she will go in and start handing them back out.
Okay, yeah, you can easily kind of dart around it. It's not in your way.
Yeah, then she's got no issues with that.
Okay. So yeah, time is definitely ticking. So you grab the suit. So you and Wilson, Cham also grabbing suits as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, and you can bring them up. You make it back without it really any incident. You can see if you make it into the actually one of the cryo chambers here. Just bringing up the thing. So they are all so basically in the in the various cryo shafts. By the time you get up there, you can kind of hear like moaning and groaning coming from the various pods.
Shouldn't they be out of the pods by now?
The pods are open. They haven't particularly left them. They're kind of sitting up and looking around.
Hey, you! Kayla waves a hand in front of somebody's face. Put this suit on.
They look kind of a little disoriented, and actually, in fact, they kind of almost look like they're just kind of not even realizing where they are.
Crap, are we gonna have to dress you people? Come on.
We need you guys to put these suits on. Put a suit on. I get a person who starts like putting their arm in a suit.
One of them that actually looks like a very sturdy woman gets out. She tries to get out. She like swings her legs around and looks like she kind of realizes what you're saying. And as soon as her feet hit the floor and she stands up, she just falls over.
Terrific.
And then she's trying to, and then she's like, because the floor looks like it's still icy.
Kayla is going to go ahead and woman handle her into the suit.
Okay.
I'm going to repeat my earlier request to the captain. Which, for those viewing at home, was permission to decouple the umbilical cord. The umbilical.
how many cups of coffee have you had today, anyway?
Lost track, like I said. But don't worry, I'm following up with this bowl of popcorn I just brought from the bridge watching your cams.
All
You're
right.
gonna make a
So,
highlights reel, aren't you? Just admit it.
so aboard the
Highlights
Montero.
reel. We're on track to be a snuff film. I'm recording all this.
So as you as people on the Montero, so as and I take it you're all on the bridge at this point, which is this Lee and Vanessa
Mm-hmm.
are on the ship. So you notice that the lights on the bridge like start flickering kind of really oddly, like just kind of they go on off and then do and like the screens kind of do a bit of a jumble.
On our ship?
Yes, on the Montero.
Oh, great.
Don't worry, I'm sure the alien isn't on our ship and we're safe over here on this other one. It's probably not going to work that way.
Sure,
I'll
everything's
say
fine.
I'm going to roll Comtech. Is that what we need to see what's
Yep.
going on with our ship? Ah, great.
Wah, wah, wah.
So, oops, I didn't even see the roll. Hold on.
Oh, you don't need to see the roll.
Yes, I do.
Son of
All right.
No, it's fine.
Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and have you make the roll after I play this next little clip because this is what happens when you go to check on Mother.
Displacement drive malfunction. Cascade failure imminent. Fission reactor overload in T-minus 10 minutes. Displacement drive malfunction. Cascade failure imminent. Fission reactor overload in T-minus 10 minutes.
So yes, the klaxons on the ship start going off in full motion, and I'm going to just stop sharing the roll 20 because I'm going to play something annoying in the background, and so let me go ahead and do that. So I need to do share audio, and I'm going to come over to the application window here, which I am not going to share that because I don't need to, but I can now play this.
It's the suspense that gets you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that playing?
No.
Nothing.
It's not. Oh wow.
I
Darn
feel
it.
so much better about not knowing how to roll dice earlier.
Yeah, but it's a dry suspense.
So that's really strange that it's not doing that. All right. Then I will give me one. Actually, let's do this. It's probably a good time to take a quick bio break. So
Sounds good.
so let's take a break 10 minutes and we'll be back and I'll get the other thing all set up.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
That I heard.
All right, so we are back. Let me go ahead and move us over to here. So I think we're still waiting for Derek and Hans. There we are. No hurry. So how are you enjoying the Montero so far?
I just can't wait to see how Leia gets us out of this.
Seems to me
You're
like
muted, so I
Leia
can't hear
wants to
anything.
Get
There you go.
herself and the captain out of this, and she's just going to leave us behind.
That's
Yeah,
no
that's
longer an
kinda-
option. Thanks to you waking up the other mother, and now the mothers are colluding for us all to be experiment subjects for space herpes.
Gosh, so much parent, boy.
Also, it's what I find funny is that every time that Terry says Kayla Rye, for some reason it's in my head I'm hearing Kylo Ren,
Yeah, me too.
which is like a
Totally different.
yeah, totally different. Yeah.
Space herpes are nothing. A robot butler can squash a space herpy. It's fine.
Yes, Spaceballs reference. I was going wait. No, that
No,
reference.
Ice Pirates.
Oh, is it Ice Pirates?
Ice Pirates. Yeah, that's where the space herpes are from.
Okay.
I will probably never watch that movie again because I'm afraid that it won't stand up to my memories.
Yeah, that's kind of the disappointment of just really loving something as a kid in the 80s or early 90s and then realizing that after you watch it again you're like, how can I even have liked this movie?
There are a lot of movies that hold up that are just as good from the 80s as they are today.
Like Aliens.
Aliens, The Terminator,
Predator.
Probably not Ice Pirates.
Predator, not Ice
True.
Pirates.
So now that we played, Aliens, there's gonna have to be a Predator game, James. You gotta have Aliens versus Predator.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That does.
All right, so we are back, everybody. Let's go ahead here, and I will play what. Now, I tried to get a sound clip of this, but for some reason, StreamYard is really horrible about playing sound clips. So
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
I have it as a screen share, and I will definitely take this off the screen. But I wanted this to have in the background as an effect. So here we go.
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-minus 5 minutes.
I'll bring this down low so we can actually hear each other. Or
Wow.
Don't worry, with Leia's good dice rolling skills, we are safe.
You do
turned
know
that
I'm
on?
not the captain, Kylo Ren.
This is true. This is all the captain's fault.
so
You
yeah,
have one dead guy and somebody decides they need to blow up both ships? What the heck?
so
So-
it seems like Mother is now telling you that there is a problem.
Sounds like a self-destruct problem.
Turn
Mother.
that off, because if the ship blows up, we're not going to get our bonus.
So that's our ship.
Yeah,
Out.
Cap.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is the
Captain,
Montero.
I said options. You turn off
Yeah.
the self-destruct, and I get us as far away from the other ship. So if we do blow up, we don't take both ships with us.
Right.
Or we say, screw it,
Bless you.
grab the flamethrower, get into our suits, and get the hell out of here, and take our chances on SS Herpes.
Now, do you guys let the people on the Cronus know what's happening, or
No. No, we're
not
screaming
yet.
at each other off cam. There's no point.
Not yet.
They're busy
What-
running around the bridge with
could
their
they
hair on
possibly help
fire
us
right
at
now.
this
They
point?
can't tell us anything.
All right.
They're dead
Mother,
anyway with space herpes. We got our own
Mother-
problem.
Mother, what seems to be the problem? Why are we in self-destruct mode?
Captain,
Who
this is
authorized?
not the time for conversation. We either flee or you override and I get us out of here.
Well,
Every
let's
second
override.
counts. Which
just-
plan do you want to go with?
Override. Trying
She
to
just keeps-
override.
He just keeps repeating to you, displacement drive malfunction. Cascade failure imminent.
Can we ditch the drive? Can we jettison the drive and just coast out of here on whatever impulse power or
So go ahead and make a for the captain.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and make me a Comtech roll.
Did it do it? Did not do it. Hold on. Comtech roll. It's not coming through.
It's not.
I'm sorry, that's not coming through. 1 second. Oh, here we go. There we go.
All right. You've noticed
No.
that Mother has completely locked you out.
Great.
Glad that's not coming out of my pay.
Tell me about it. All right,
do I have any control
Try
over
it.
the ship?
Davis,
James?
try it. Just try it.
You actually have navigational control, but yeah. So if you're talking about, can you pilot the Montero? Yes, you can.
If this
All right.
ship goes up where it is tethered to the other one, will both ships go?
Yes. Also, not only for that, the fact that the Montero has a very volatile gas, all stored in its cargo bay.
Oh, goody.
Glad hauling that cargo wasn't my call.
All right, Captain, take the flame unit, get through the tether, get on board the Kronos. I'll be right behind you. Once you're clear, I'm going to start pulling away. There's no kind of like jetpack or tether or anything.
You have
I will take the grapple gun, and once I set the ship to pull away, I will leap out in my pressure suit and try and grapple myself to the Kronos and pull myself on board.
Don't forget
Well,
our
you
other
also-
stuff. Got a bolt gun and other stuff over there too.
You're also authorized to try to end the self-destruct.
Also, you have the Daisy, the shuttle.
Yeah.
So in
Oh.
theory, you could maneuver the ship away and get onto the Daisy and take off.
I'm going to start pulling the ship away. You see if you can override it. If you can't override it in 5 minutes, we grab what we can, get in the Daisy, and get the hell out of here.
Can I attempt this again?
To try to get into to Mother?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
I'm pulling away.
They pretty
All right,
much
give us-
robbed us of a chance of running back over there and trying to shut down the power supply. Now it's not our problem anymore.
She's locked me out. She's not letting me in. Davis, try it.
I'm pulling away.
All
I
right,
said,
everybody, give
start
yourself
grabbing stuff and get to the Daisy. I'll be along in a minute.
give yourself both a point of stress.
Yep. Stressing hard.
All right, so you're getting into the vac suit, or are you just running across?
I am getting into a vac suit as well.
Okay.
I am ordering Davis to do so, to do the same thing, and I am
I did
going
when you
to-
handed them out earlier. I've been sitting here. I've been sitting here it the whole time. I upped my armor
Well-
and added my stuff. The way our ship was, as soon as we opened the tether, we could have had a pressure leak.
Right? How much armor again is that?
It is 5.
5 armor. Okay.
And you said you're also grabbing the flamer, or no?
I am going to grab. Yes, I'm going to grab the incinerator.
Okay.
And the motion tracker
Okay. Good job.
because I'm smart.
All right, so you get those. You're suited up. You run across. All right. So, Lee, what are you doing?
So she's running across the tether, the umbilical.
Yep, she's running across the umbilical.
Yeah.
How long do I need to get from the bridge to the daisy and uncouple the daisy and pull away?
You would probably at least need about 3 minutes.
I will fly until it's T-minus 5 minutes to self-destruct, and I will start moving and do that.
All right, so let's go ahead and have you start making that wonderful roll to move away. So this is going to be a -2 to your piloting. So when you put in the when it asks for the modifier, just put in minus. Yep.
I'm dead.
Oh,
Make a panic roll.
we're gonna miss you.
Hold on. I think I have a special ability on the character.
Okay.
Give me a second. I can push any skill roll based on agility twice, not just once. Push increases stress level by 1. I'm pushing that roll.
Okay, so that panic is still going to be in effect.
Okay, so I'm rolling panic.
The roll again. So yeah, you're rolling panic, and you'll get to make the roll again. 4. So yeah, you're holding on. That coffee is definitely keeping you sane.
As I'm fucking up the roll, I take another full pill from my bottle.
Nice.
And I just bite it down so it gets into my bloodstream faster, and I'll roll another piloting check.
Uh-huh.
Still -2?
Still -2, yep.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Well, you can push it twice, right?
Wait, hold on. What did it exactly say? I can push any skill roll based on agility twice. So this will be my last push. Do I up my stress level again, or
no?
So just roll piloting, and then that's it.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Woohoo!
So it's kind of like the last minute, like the captain's like already across, and you're seeing the ship hesitate. Now I'm assuming no one said they're unhooking the umbilical cord.
I'm just ripping it out of the wall.
Yeah, you just rip the umbilical out.
That's gonna hurt.
and you start hanging away. You kind of you're very close on time. So you have it set, the course set to just go away as far as and just a quick question, has anyone notified the Cronus what's going on yet, or no?
I love blissful.
Well, the captain's on board the Cronus now, right?
Well, as I'm running across the umbilical, the Montero's gonna blow.
What?
I yell, "Mother, send out general
Brace.
distress call.
Brace for
General
impact.
Mayday, ship in imminent,
Yeah, just like
catastrophic failure." I says, "Even though I know you probably won't, you bitch."
and you
Brace.
run over to
Brace.
I get it. I dive into the daisy and I pull away from this flying gas bomb.
All right, you're going to make another piloting roll at -2.
Oh, this could be awkward.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Fuck yeah, that looks good.
Sweet.
Nice. Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
basically you get just the amount of distance away, and the Montero just goes up as a ball of flame. And it definitely pushes your ship towards the Cronus. With that piloting roll, you did pretty well. So you managed to get it under control.
All right.
You turn off the alarm now. I think it's all dead.
Yeah. So, can I pilot the daisy towards the Kronos?
Can you pilot the daisy towards the Kronos? Yes, you can.
Does the daisy have a cryopod?
Does the daisy have a? Actually, it didn't give many stats on the daisy here. Let me double
Sure, because
check.
why would we
It
need to know
should.
about the lifeboat?
It should.
It should. It should have at least.
Got room for one person and the cat. You know you're going to be fine.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll be fine. I guess I win last girl, huh?
You win.
Let's see, diagnostics and displays, vision.
I've always wanted to be the final girl. I knew it would come in handy not banging any of you jerks.
Isn't that what you have the doll for?
Said your mom.
All right, so
Yeah, I'm just double checking. I remember reading a review about this module and that they were kind of bitching because the Daisy's not listed in the the starter set. It's it's in the core rulebook. So I will find it, but I'm just going to assume that there's probably a.
well, let's confirm because this may.
Okay.
have
It
a
depends
lot
on
of
whether there is or not, or whether or not
repercussions for the
Leah
rest of the
abandons
adventure
us
for
right
me.
here.
You got that right.
If he sings a song, will he get bonuses on his piloting rolls?
Daisy, Daisy.
Space combat actions. Oh, here we go. Suits and armor. Computer mainframes. Metal. Oh, they have a thing on food.
Eating is probably good.
I'm not hungry right now, James. I want to know about the lifeboat.
Our food blew up.
Oh wow, there's rules for coffee. Oh, which we didn't
That-
follow.
That,
Oh my gosh, how many
because I would
rules
have
of
been rolling.
coffee?
I would have had a heart attack by now.
Because it says it increases your stress level one step, but temporarily postpones the drawbacks from the lack of sleep.
Wow.
All my stress rolls were like at 6.
She's wired now.
But it looks like those rules are like if you're falling asleep.
Mm.
I just woke up.
Yeah.
Did you bring any food and coffee with you on the Daisy? Because
Yes, I
whatever's
actually
over
stopped and I
here
baked
is
some
like
cookies.
75 years old, so we may not have any food.
Twinkie.
You know what she forgot? She forgot to grab her drug stash.
Oh no, that's in my pocket. I was actually popping pills during that roll.
Maybe we should make sure that all the corpses are in the freezer in case we get into like a
Donner party
Donner Party
situation.
situation here.
Well, aren't you hopeful that you're going to live long enough to get hungry? When those space herpes kick in, you're going to be.
This is the point in time where we're glad that Leah eats well.
Well,
Actually,
also,
I think my character portrait's pretty lean.
and I kind of have a feeling that the thing that is going through Wilson's mind at this point is basically you just left millions behind in gas.
Maybe even more than that. But
I'm sure they won't fire you for that.
I'm sure that won't happen.
Well, you have a shotgun. You can handle the situation just like that other dude did. If you're really worried about it.
I mean, I just
Maybe
lost
that's
my
why
ship.
that guy killed themselves because they lost a bunch of money from the company and they just couldn't live with the shame.
That's his new
Yes.
retirement program.
There is a cryodeck aboard. So,
That must have been what happened.
Enough for the entire crew?
no, because these are kind of meant to be short range transporters.
So how many cryopods are there?
There are 2.
Ooh, 2.
That's good. 2 in a Daisy and maybe
That's a lot.
Yeah.
There'll be plenty for everybody that's left alive when we're done.
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Well-
So back on the Cronus. You actually, Vanessa, you make your way, I guess, hearing everyone talking to the cryo unit where there are the crew get basically the ones that made it are getting out of the getting out of the chambers. They don't look very well. They look very disoriented, and a couple look like they've trying to got up. And I believe that Kylo Ren. I just will call you Kylo Ren from now on. Is basically has attempted to get at least a couple of them into spacesuits.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
Emo Sith. That's what I'm doing.
there we go. Yes, there are actually 5 that are left alive, and all in the shape of struggling in one way or another.
Good morning. We're your new crew.
We should probably take them back over to our ship and get them into some decent temperature so that they don't deteriorate any further. Captain, what are you doing over here?
Did you not hear me?
What? No. What did you say?
I said that the Montero was about to be
And
dead.
About what?
Well, that must have dropped out of the communications somehow.
What happened?
The self-destruct, the drive was in imminent meltdown, and the self-destruct got engaged for some godforsaken reason.
Really?
Yeah, something terrible. Something happened to Mother. I don't know what's going on.
Isn't the
Yeah,
self-destruct
think-
a command code sort of thing? You're the only one that can really set that off, right?
Well, Mother locked me out.
What?
That's what you say anyway.
But thankfully, I think Davis, did you get clear?
Yeah, where's Davis?
Davis?
Yeah, there's
Leah.
We warned Leah Davis, dead, trying to save the Montero.
and at this point
Leah?
the Corona shakes.
What was that?
Shockwave from the explosion.
Where's the nearest window? I mean,
I mean, if you're on the bridge, then you should be.
We're not. We're actually
We're not.
back in the cryo units.
Oh,
yeah,
you're back in cryo units. Okay.
maybe in a
Wait,
hallway or something. Just go out in the hallway and look out the window.
One of the people kind of looks like a oh god, like a William Frakes type, like, kind of has the goatee, dark hair, middle aged, looks around and just kind of goes, what's happening? Where are we?
We don't know.
Where's Ava?
Who's Ava?
Ava, our synthetic. She was supposed to get up before any of us were revived.
Does she have like long arms?
No. She's, he rattles off an older model android.
Haven't seen an android.
Okay.
We answered a distress call and found you people.
Everyone else is slowly starting to get up, and they'll start. The air is kind of. They say that they start coughing a little bit, and saying that the air is a little awkward.
Didn't
But,
we get them into the suits?
Yeah, you're getting them into suits, but as they're kind of coming to and helping, getting themselves in the suits, they talk about the air being kind of heavy.
Kayla is going to go ahead and take a step back and look at the scrubbers since they're right there next to the cryo units.
Okay. So let me just get to the scrubbers here. Hold on. Scrubbers. So basically, when you go over to the area for the scrubbers, it's basically a shaft that looks like it goes up into the ship itself.
Okay. So how do I check the scrubbers to see what needs to be done with them?
You'll probably have to go up and figure it out.
All right. That's what Kayla's going to do.
All right.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
All right, Leah, you're heading back to the Montero. What? How do you want to handle this?
You mean the Cronus?
The Cronus, sorry.
You're muted.
Lee.
Check your Facebook for a second.
Okie dokie.
Uh-oh.
Facebook. Going on to Facebook. Oh, there we go. Do. Lee is communicating with Mother.
All right, that worked out.
Oh, jeez.
Go ahead, just make a panic. Oh, we're getting into fun territory now. So, nervous twitch. Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range, which you're the only
There's
one,
nobody.
increases by 1.
Done.
So you're basically trying to do what you're trying to do. It's not working. It's stressing you out, but you can push.
I will.
Okay.
Game over, man. Game over.
Game over, man.
Oh.
It isn't quite working out for you.
I'm sure you won't crash when you try to dock.
When?
If I guess if is more. I guess it's more appropriate. Yeah.
So I can push twice.
Isn't it? But on agility-based skills, right?
Oh, yeah, so that's not this.
Yeah, unfortunately. So you think you've accomplished what you needed to do.
All right, that's fine.
All right. So
Is there a way to dock the Daisy to this?
Yeah, are there shuttle bays or whatever?
There's other airlocks. There's a bunch of them on the lowest deck, and there's one on deck C, I think, as well.
Yeah. Someone would have to get back to the bridge in order to go ahead and open it. But yes, you can either go on C or D.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna head for the bridge.
I will
Okay.
say this is hold on.
Daisy.
Yes, I know. This is the Daisy requesting permission to dock. Please open one of the bays.
I'm headed to the bridge now, Lee.
I'm sorry, Leah. I can't do that.
All right. So are you gonna open it up to C or D?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's open the D.
Okay.
There
So you're gonna
are
bring
1, 2, 3, 4 docks and a vehicle bay on D.
Vehicle bay.
All right. Make me a Comtech.
I am terrible at Comtech.
Oh, everyone loves Comtech.
I am just terrible at it because I have a 0.
Me too.
Too bad I'm working on the scrubbers. I got great.
Oh wow. Yeah, you managed to
Whoa!
do it. You're so stressed that stress just pushed you to the edge, and you managed to get the doors open.
Yeehaw.
And in the
Yeah,
bridge, you
go
can
ahead.
hear that. Yeah, you can basically hear that. Airlock in vehicle bay opening. It just kind of repeats itself. All right. So, and we'll go back to Kayla, who is climbing up the shaft uh, to the air scrubbers. So you managed to kind of move around in there. It's kind of nasty. You see a little bit more of that mold up ahead.
Gross.
But if you kind of slither your body a little bit, you can kind of bypass it. It's not everywhere. However, in some areas though, you can see that those like bulbous pocks that were on it, a couple of them have just kind of burst. Well, they've been open or crushed or whatnot.
That's exceptionally gross. Kayla is going to definitely avoid that. She does not want to get any of that crap on her.
And as you get up to the filters, you can kind of see that they are incredibly dirty and covered with various sorts of mold and dust. And so this is something that doesn't look like it can be fixed from the inside. This is something that you would have to go out and replace.
Go outside the ship and replace?
Yes.
Okay. She's going to
And-
make her way carefully back then.
Okay, I need everyone to go ahead and make me a roll for your air, because you are running on a tank that's not meant to be used for long periods of time.
Including me, James.
No, because you're in the ship. Unless you, well, you have the ship's air if you want to go by that, or you can. Oops, I guess you didn't have your air in there as 5.
Oh, I did not. I do apologize for that.
Okay.
All right.
Wilson is just going to town. How many airs is
There
he
we
going
go.
to give?
Sorry,
Like 17
Oh,
rolls or something.
son of a gun.
it's a lag, so I didn't know it was actually.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh my.
Not
So-
panicking a little there, are you, Derek?
No,
Yeah.
no panicking needed. But if you did get it, depending on how many panics you got, that's how many you lose off your air.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. It's not bad.
Oh, that's funny, man.
It is funny.
Okay. All right. That's good. We're good. We're okay.
All right. So you get everyone up, but definitely one of the passengers, an older bearded man, kind of nerdy looking glasses. He's holding his head a lot, and he goes, "I'm not feeling well. I think we should probably all go to sick bay, the med lab, and just at least check ourselves out."
Damn it, that's where I was heading as soon as I've docked.
So I said to him, "Why were you all in cryo to begin with? What were you doing out here? Why were you out here?"
The younger bearded guy, the one I kind of call Jonathan Frakes, he introduces himself to you as Albert Johns. He is
Okay.
the second officer of the Cronus. He says it's kind of a long story. Why don't we get to the med lab and we'll get checked out, and I can definitely relay it there. It's cold, and I mean, we know we have these spacesuits on, but they're not going to last forever, and these things are kind of old, and I don't particularly trust them.
Sure, no problem. So I take them off to the. I'm gonna lead the way, and
Okay.
I'm behind them as they walk into the med bay.
Okay.
Keeping my eyes on them as they're walking.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I'm sure they're not wondering why you're carrying that shotgun.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You basically go up through the junction, and you start moving along the ship to basically the southern section of the ship. Captain, what are you doing?
I am communicating with Leah. I would know that there are 10 out of 20 crew left, correct? So I'm
Yeah, actually, there's 5 out of 20.
5 out of 20. Okay. I thought there were 10 life signs.
Basically, there are 5 other cryo units,
Right.
except that they are broken, and it might have been a
Okay.
false reading. Because if you look at them, they've been mummified by the open air and basically being frozen.
It's not a false.
So
reading.
I'm just going to communicate with Leah and say, are there any other vehicles in that bay that you just came in through? Like, are there any
I'm
other
gonna look around
shuttles?
I'm gonna look around for another Daisy or a runabout or anything like that. Anything space worthy in here.
All right, give me a
Yes.
piloting roll, please.
Pods.
We just make sure that you get in there correctly and don't.
Oh. Oops.
All right. Oops, I didn't have this over here. So let's. Okay. Oh, not look. Oh, wow. So I need a panic roll from you, but you landed the ship really well.
Yikes!
Ow!
I'm going right to med bay for
Ow.
some treatment.
That's a 9.
You've overdosed.
What's that foam coming out of her mouth?
All right. So with
It's called
9,
awesome. Maybe if you try real hard, you'll get to experience it yourself.
Ew.
All right. So under 9, it says, all right. It says drop item. Whether by stress, confusion, or the realization that you're all going to die anyway, you drop a weapon or other important item. The GM decides which one. You increase your stress level by 1. But I don't think you're actually carrying anything, are you?
No, I'm not. She grabbed all the equipment.
You
Yeah.
didn't get the bolt gun. I thought you were grabbing the bolt gun.
No, I didn't have time to grab anything. I was running from the bridge into the runabout.
So then, yeah, you didn't drop anything, but you definitely raise your stress by 1.
Done.
Okay. All right, and you land. Actually, so the only thing that you see in that bay is you see 2 ATVs, and both ATVs are lying on their sides.
Jesus,
That's
I'm gonna
awkward.
go look at them, see if there's any weapons or pharmaceuticals inside.
75-year-old
I'm on-
pharmaceuticals. They might
I'm
have
on
lost some
cam.
efficacy.
I'm on comm, and I'll say, ground vehicles, 2 of them on their sides. Nothing space worthy, Captain.
Does it look like they just got knocked over with the shockwave, or?
I'm examining them now.
Yeah, make an observation.
Why is it always me? I'm trying to stay away from all this.
Roll them dice.
Yeah, this is kind of really freaking you out. So go ahead and make your panic roll, and then I'll give you. All right, so you're fine. You're shaking. This is just you don't particularly want to be here. So it doesn't look like it's not really clear if they weren't secured when the ship took off or not. So
I can't tell, Captain. I'm not sure. I got to get to Met Bay. I'm not feeling right.
All right. Well, the crew from the remaining crew from this ship are also heading there, so try to stay away from them in case they've got something.
Roger that. And since we had the pull up of the schematic, I'll head right to medical.
Okay. All right. So anyway, Kayla, you are, I guess, coming down, right?
Yes. Is that how it works? A is the lowest deck?
Is it A that's the lowest deck?
I kind of thought A was the top, but but I don't know the mapping sequence that they've got here.
Yeah, I believe D is the lowest deck.
Okay, so I didn't go up. I actually went down to get into it then.
Gotcha. All right.
What was the question? I'm sorry. I got sidetracked and I missed the question.
Oh, the question basically is the do you leave? Do you come back up? Or I mean, obviously you probably do, but just
yeah.
checking.
I'm gonna come back up. I've got to, I guess, get back out of that shaft so that we can go down to deck B and get to the med lab.
Okay. All right, so you're going to head over. So I guess everyone just pretty much kind of makes their way to the med lab then, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So everyone's kind of sitting around. They say, well, we can't really particularly the older bearded gentleman says we can't particularly sit around in our spacesuits and check ourselves out. He goes, and then he kind of stops mid again and kind of grabs his temples, and because the cryogenic freeze didn't hold over well, which is really weird. I mean, I've done this multiple times before.
Wilson stands where he can like see everyone.
Uh-huh.
So he's close to like the med bay doors.
Okay.
And so he says, so no one has explained why were you in cryo to begin with?
Well, I guess that's my story to tell. John says, so he basically introduces everyone that's there. So he introduces their security officer, Valerie Reed, and Valerie was the one who first tried to get out and then fell to the ground. And she smiles and looks over everybody and kind of makes a little bit of a quirky face. And then Johns basically says, don't worry about her too much. She used to be a colonial Marine. You know how those people are. And immediately she does the like cranking up the middle finger to Johns. The next person, and she's basically a very large looking black woman, very short cropped hair, and wearing a spacesuit at this point anyway. There's another kind of Asian looking man, kind of thin John Waters looking mustache, very short hair. He introduces himself as Liam Flynn, and he is the medic aboard the Cronus. Johns points out that the man kind of looking like his head is he's in massive pain from a headache is Daniel Cooper, and he is the scientist aboard the Cronus. And the last person that is there's a woman, blonde hair, short, almost kind of a Florence Henderson vibe, and she is the Weyland-Yutani liaison, Lori Clayton.
Wait. That means Wilson's love interest is here.
75 years his senior at least.
Right.
Time in grade.
No, no thank you.
Cougar alert.
You guys are terrible.
So he goes, so what are you doing here aboard our ship? I guess that would be the first question to ask.
No, the first question to ask is why you went into cryo.
Well, look, this is what I can tell you. We sat down on LV 1113 to explore some ancient runes, which then at this point, Clayton, who is just kind of bouncing back and forth here. The company agent. Yeah, so the Florence Henderson type. So as soon as he basically goes, yeah, we stopped to explore some ancient rune, and then Clayton just kind of, the corporate one, basically interjects and says, look, it was an archaeological mission. Our science teams went down to collect important artifacts, and then Johns interrupts again. He says, "Yeah, and inadvertently we brought back some spores that infected the crew."
Infected? What?
What?
I make sure that my helmet seals are still good.
Same.
So at this point, Clayton looks a little like a little pissed off, like the cat's been let out of the bag. And anyway, he continues on. He goes, "Yeah, we ended up taking on something from the surface of the planet. It starts with like it starts with kind of like an egg sac fungus, and then it just kind of seems to work its way. However," and he points again back at the scientist. He goes that he's managed to create a vaccine
Oh,
that that can help get us at least vaccinated with the against what's out there. Look, it's not what we wanted to do. It's not what we had planned for, but it's not particularly, at least, like I said, we have an antidote for it.
so you have an antidote. Your crew was 20. There's now 5 of you. So what? The other 15 people got infected, and what happened to them?
Not everyone made it to the cryopods, he says with a very stern look at you. Leah, what are you doing at this point? You're just making your way straight up there? You're muted.
Sorry, I thought I was there already. I'm when
okay.
I get there, I'm just going to ignore everyone and go right to a medicine cabinet and try and find a refill of my bottle.
So everyone just basically kind of stops mid-sentence and looks over at Leah. She just completely looks at her, just kind of rifling through things. The medic, Flynn, walks over and goes, "What are you looking for? Particularly, let me help you find something."
And I pull out the bottle, shaking, and I said, "I need a refill now."
Got a prescription for that?
As he kind of raises one eye at you, Cooper grabs his head fully, kind of like both hands on his head, and starts rocking back and forth. And he's just like, "It hurts! It hurts! Ah!"
What the
I
hell's wrong
shove
with
the
him?
medic away from me. I say, "Deal with him. I'll help
What's
myself."
wrong with that man?
What's going on with him?
So blood seeps out of Cooper's nose and ears.
That's
Bloody
not good.
bloody eyes roll over as white as the scientist convulses and writhes around, hitting the floor. As
Holy
you and your
shit.
as his crew runs over to try to see what's wrong with him, you notice that they look and they start to back away.
Caleb backs away just a little faster.
And at this point, Cooper starts flailing around. With a sickening pop and a bloody splash, his eyeballs launch from his face. And who walked over? Or everyone just kind of standing around, right?
Oh, Caleb was already backing away. Oh,
If I find what I'm looking for, I'm leaving this room.
So basically, eyeballs fly out of his face and smack into Leah. Before bouncing across the floor and rolling under a cryotube. At this point, a slender, gross covered arm pushes its way out of Cooper's empty eye socket and reaches around and tugs at his distended mouth. As spindly white fingers yank his teeth back, Cooper does not scream. It's clear that he isn't in his own head anymore. Something else is and wants out. Flesh tears and tendons snap as the thing inside his splintering skull pulls his face open right at the jawline. Finally, a thick gurgling sound wells up inside of Cooper as his head is ripped from his body, his neck gushing as whatever was inside him plops to the floor in a burst of blood. And at this point, John screams, "Kill it now! Kill it! Kill it!"
You still got the burn unit, Captain? The incinerator?
I have it on me. I don't.
Wilson,
know.
Time for that
waste.
shotgun, Wilson.
All right, first of all,
Wilson, shoot it!
everyone there gains a point of panic.
Oh, great, another one.
Stress or stress?
Stress, sorry.
Okay.
No, you have to make a panic roll. Sorry, stress. Yes, you get another point of stress.
Okay.
And so yeah, what are you doing? This thing's kind of like moving around the floor. It's like sloshing around at this point, getting up in its own placenta, and it's trying to struggle to get up on its fawn-like legs.
So,
and it's shaking brain matter everywhere.
Wilson, shoot it.
if I shoot it, I might scatter it, burn it. Somebody should burn it.
Somebody do something.
Do I see any acid when I'm going through the medicine cabinet?
Make an observation.
Did anyone bother to take the pistol?
I don't think so.
All right.
Son of
So
a
yeah,
stick.
you're kind of pushing bottles around at this point, just kind of like trying to find something, and you're not doing it. This thing gets basically up on its legs,
All right.
and it starts skittering out of the med bay.
I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it as it comes past me.
Okie dokie. Let's see how this works. Go ahead and make a ranged combat.
Range combat. It says modifiers. Any modifiers?
Nope, no modifiers.
Ooh.
Nice. All right. So let's see. So that's going to be 1 point of damage towards it. Let's see.
right.
Here, let's bring up its stats here. So
Fine, I will attempt to kill it with fire.
all right.
I am still by the door.
Okay. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Here we are. All right, so it has 2 health. Let me just grab the stats here on the shotgun. Precision, blocking, range, combat. Yeah, so you just basically point blank shoot into it.
Mm-hmm.
And the hell is... Sorry about that. Here we go. Shotguns. All right. So what we're looking at here is that one. All right. So the base damage on that particular shotgun is looks like 3. So that's going to be 4 points. Yeah. So you shoot down at the floor, and that thing just splatters all over the place.
Nice.
Very nice.
Cool.
I look over at Wilson and kind of very begrudgingly, nice shot.
Kayla's gonna scream, "What the hell was that?"
For a pencil neck.
John's terrified.
I guess pencil the sheet.
Terrified, looks at you and just says, That's what you become.
Do any of you people have those things in you?
I'm not sure.
I thought you said you had a vaccine. What the hell?
Well, we have taken the vaccine, but so did Cooper.
Obviously, that worked.
Yeah. I would check your findings.
Everybody make me an air, please.
A what?
Air.
Air.
What is that?
Oh,
Oh, air
air.
roll. Got it. Air roll.
Yeah.
Air.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
Ah, dang it.
All right, Miller and Wilson, you lose another air.
Well, I should have lost one the last time then, shouldn't I have? Will we scroll way back up here? The last air roll. Because I don't remember you telling us to take any off. What I do?
Okay, wait a minute. We're in a med bay. They have to have oxygen tanks, right? Can't we re-up?
Well, the thing is, like, oxygen tanks and air are two different things.
Right?
I mean, you could theoretically strap an oxygen tank on you, but you would get really lightheaded and probably couldn't move around.
But I mean, our suit is taking oxygen from. How's our suit taking in oxygen?
Your suit has tanks.
We got tanks on the back.
Yeah.
Right. So can we use the tanks from the med bay to resupply the tanks that we're wearing?
It'll be different
Not
kinds because the suit's
different
going to have
kinds.
specialized tanks that are capable of withstanding vacuum. The ones in med bay are just, here's a mask, put this on, turn this little valve.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like there's a reason, like when you're in a hospital and they put the oxygen mask on you and say, "All right, stay still, just breathe." It's
Well,
not like,
Right.
here, put this on and go run down the hallway, because that
Right.
doesn't end that well.
The airlocks should have more bottles of air. Where we got the suits from, there should be some air. Or if we're, really, okay, Kayla's going to very carefully go over past the dead guy and recover the air from the dead guy's suit.
Good idea.
All right.
But it is a 75-year-old suit, at least 75 years old, if not more.
Yeah.
The style of tanks will probably be at
And
least still comparable.
Yeah.
the tank is empty.
Well, damn
if you
it.
go to the body.
The rest of you people should check your air because I kind of think you may be in trouble here.
Yeah.
So Johns basically says to you that it's possible that Cooper, because Cooper was the one who gave us the inoculation. It's a possibility that he didn't do it to himself.
That's stupid.
But he looks around. Johns is kind of searching around, as well as Flynn, and they actually go under one of the gurneys and come up with a couple of boxes. And
What
says
you got?
he opens a small med kit, and in there are 6 syringes. He goes, "This is what we have. This is what was generated.
The vaccine.
The vaccine, This
Which
is what we
obviously
have
doesn't
left."
work.
Well, we don't know if the dude took any.
Hmm.
How did he come about making a vaccine? How did that happen?
From the spores.
Right.
Exactly.
So
You go first, Captain.
what happened with the rest of your crew?
That's people were getting really aggressive, and we couldn't administer the vaccine. And then we had to basically keep people locked away. It was either us or them
Away. Locked away where?
in various parts of the ship.
Huh. And right. And did they die?
We don't know. We had to leave them.
So these things, how well do they survive vacuum and cold and stuff like that?
Flynn says, "I don't know. Cooper was the scientist here. I don't know." And at that point, Lori Clayton, the corporate person, just kind of puts her hands on her hips and goes, "Look, what happened. I don't even know where we are, who you people are. This is our ship. And honestly, it's sad that we lost Cooper. We'll mourn him, I'm sure, at some point. But right now, we need to figure out how to get home.
Where's your captain?
Thank you, Captain.
Captain was one of the ones that got locked away.
Of course.
And do you have a pilot?
One of them steps up. I'm sorry, and basically says that she is. So yeah, Reed, the former colonial marine. She says, "I have piloting skills.
Okay.
I can
And
do
then
this."
not what I asked, but okay.
I turn to Johns and I say, "You're second officer on this boat."
Yes.
Seems to me you're now first officer on the boat.
Well, I guess I'm kind of de facto captain at this point.
That too. So, Captain Johns, we work for the same company you do. Our ship just blew up.
Trying to rescue yours. That's been sitting out here for 3/4 of a century. So really, Miss Skirt, you don't look like you're in charge of jack shit.
At this point, like all their faces drop, and John says, "What? Come again?"
Yeah, 75 years, Corpsicle.
That's real subtle, Leah. Real subtle.
He goes, fuck these guys. Our ship just blew up. We probably got all space herpes from breathing in these goddamn spores.
You blowing up? You were driving.
Don't fucking test me, Kyla. I will fucking gut you like a fish. You don't know what I've fucking been through.
Look, Coffee Bean here does have a point. It's
If I hadn't gotten the ship out of range, we'd all be dust right now.
Yeah, I'd blow it up in
You're
the first place.
down
Would be all
here,
right.
opening up doors, breathing in spores, letting space zombies out with God knows what herpes. So fuck you, Kayla.
Who's breathing spores, man? We still got our suits
I
on.
still got my helmet on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck the rest of you guys.
Ladies.
Leah, switch to decaf.
Eat shit.
Yeah, that's what
Enough. Stop arguing. The
Captain, I think you're the captain of this boat now, and whether this second officer is first officer or not, that's debatable. But you're the captain because you were captain before, and now you're on a new boat. But since your rank is captain, you still are the captain.
Don't know
You
if
see-
Mother's going to recognize that.
You'll always be the captain of our hearts.
Johns looks confused, and he's just like, "Look, I'm barely kind of coherent right now." He looks around. He goes, who was the captain of your ship?"
Me.
All right. Well, you're gonna step up to the Cronus. I'll go back and follow your lead.
Good enough. All right.
It's been 75 years, so I have no idea.
All right. We have no idea where we are. It's an uncharted bit of space. Your distress beacon was going off. Our ship decided that it was going to take us a week out of our way to come and rescue you. And then our ship decided, as soon as your ship woke up,
To self-destruct.
that it would self-destruct.
They
So-
all kind of look at you like that doesn't make any sense, but we'll go with it.
So let's just figure out what's going on. Let's get this ship running. Let's just do what we got to do, so we can get the ship up and running and out of here. And I want to go home.
Flynn is he goes to check over Cooper's body, and he just goes this, he's just like looking at it, and he goes this shouldn't have happened.
Who's the medic?
Flynn, he's the one that's
Flynn, can you scan everyone else to see if they have any odd growths going on inside of them? We don't know if the vaccine worked or not. For all we know, the bunch of you are already ticking time bombs. For all we know, because of these spores, we're all ticking time bombs.
Helmet's still on.
And Cooper couldn't have just made this scene out of his head. He had to have notes or something. Where would we find his notes?
Probably in his locker.
All right, so we need to look at that.
All right. John says that he'll send. He'll send. He kind of looks at everyone. He goes, "Take Reed with you."
Yeah.
Before anybody leaves this room, I've got to bring something up. When we approached this derelict, we scanned for life signs and we got a reading of 10. When we found your pods, there were 5 of you in here. How many of those fibroidous fungal nightmares did you guys have unaccounted for, or your crew members somehow locked away for safekeeping? Would that number happen to be 5?
Yes, the 5 that were the 5 that are not accounted for right now were the ones that were locked away.
And our ship, and granted, our ship was not the best in known space. Our ship detected them as alive. When you lock them away, I'm guessing you didn't lock them in any kind of cryo sleep. You just locked them in a bunk.
Well, if we've been away for 75 years and there's been no life support, then there's no way they could have survived.
Oh, sure.
Where did you lock them up?
And I point to the thing, the guy with no head, and I go, you know what? I'm not going by your estimation. I know what I saw. We identified 10 life forms. That means there were 5 things other than you 5 alive on the ship when we pulled up.
I also glance at everyone and I say, when wasn't there a body out in one of the halls with no head and a shotgun?
It's a shotgun. So yeah.
I mean, did it look like this body does now?
Not really, but its head was missing. I suppose it could have come open like that.
Probably when they knew that their end was near, they blew their head off.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that really explains the extended arms, though.
Yeah.
Maybe the thing was trying to bust out of the suit.
Did any one of your crew had like extendo arms?
Was it Spectre Gadget?
TM? In the future, you can have extendo arms. No. They kind of
named Reed Richards. Come on now, admit it.
Again, most of them look at, especially Flynn, extendo arms. Like,
yes. Let me paint the picture for you.
Unusually
just bring them over to the body. I'm tired of trying to explain things.
Go to the body.
People. Let them look with their own eyes. What are we, storytellers here? The body's in the hallway.
It's actually the stairwell just ahead of us.
They're looking at us like we're crazy. We're the ones coming onto the plague ship.
All right, so Vanessa takes Flynn down to the body, or actually up to the body. And Wilson and Reed go over to check out Cooper's locker. Okay. All right, what are the rest? Cham, Kayla, Leah, what are you guys doing?
We need to find out how we can get the engines restarted, and I've got to get to the bridge to find out if we can get this tub moving.
All right, so John says, "All right, let's all head to the bridge and settle in there. At least we can."
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done.
Oh, he says we can lock ourselves in there. If things are still working correctly.
Kayla says, "I looked inside the scrubbers, and they need to be replaced from the outside. They've got that mold crap in them."
So the fungal things are probably moving through the air ducts.
If they have replacement parts, I can go outside and fix that.
Yeah, we definitely have the parts. We usually stock ourselves, and if we're honestly, the air we have here is not going to last a trip home.
Because it's a priority. We're not going to survive for long with just the suit air. We've got to get those air scrubbers working.
So air life support's top priority for damage control.
Right.
Agreed,
Yes. Over
Captain?
engine, yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
But only where only in areas that are absolutely vital. So this room, the cryo sleep room, the bridge.
Are those cryo sleep chambers still working? Or we can't get them, or Mother's not letting us do it?
No, the cryosleep chambers on the Cronus. I mean, well, you'll have to go check to see if they're working, but you didn't see anything that would have said that they're not.
The scrubbers, by the way, those are centralized. If we replace the dirty scrubbers, we don't have to select which area of the ship is getting better air. Everything is going to get better air. So it's not an if-or situation.
Mm.
All right. So, Chem, are you going to go find the parts and
Does this ship have? I'll ask. I sorry to interrupt. Does the ship have a weapons locker?
He said that we don't. We have some personal weapons, or at least some of the crew did. I know.
There's an armory just behind the bridge. I saw it. We walked right past it.
Let's go there. Anybody who's cleaning the scrubbers needs an armed guard with them at all times. I'm pretty good with ranged combat.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I don't want anybody getting picked off when they're trying to restore life support.
I would like to.
My daughter plays this game.
I would like to speak. I would like to speak further with the second officer.
Okay, so I'm going to go over to Wilson and Reed fairly quickly. So you go into Cooper's locker, and his clothes are there. He dresses how he looks, just kind of very plain, boring, like a button-up shirt, slacks, that sort of thing. He even has a pocket protector, which is all pretty stationary. However, as he's taking the clothes out and he's trying to look behind things, one of the syringes rolls out of the locker, and it's full.
Man after my own heart.
And it's full.
Yes, it looks exactly like the syringes you saw in the med pack with the vaccine.
Somebody's been holding out.
Let me see that.
Flynn picks it up and hands it to you.
Okay. All right. So I look at it. It just looks like the same syringe. So I put it in my. I guess I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Any notes?
No. I mean, he has like a little journal book.
Okay. I start going through his journal. Anything about what's happening? That they need to create a vaccine or anything.
He just basically talks about coming up with the cure. This should neutralize. He writes this should neutralize the neomorphic growth and turns it into an inert tumor. Sorry.
Tumor. Huh. And it looks the same as the ones that were. Why did he keep one for himself and not inject himself? That's weird. That's weird. All right. Nothing. Anything else in there, or that's it?
That's really. I mean, he has like a couple of personal effects, but nothing fancy.
Any weapons? Anything?
No.
All right.
Reed will say that the only person that should have a personal weapon on this thing is me.
Mm-hmm.
She walks over to the locker, opens it, and the shotgun's missing. And then she kind of stops and looks down at your hands. Are you carrying the shotgun still?
Yes.
She goes, "What are you doing with my shotgun?"
Saving your ass earlier.
She says, "Fair enough. At least you know how to use the damn thing. All right, let's get to the bridge."
I let her go in front of me.
Okay.
And then shoot her.
All right. So Vanessa, you pull John's aside.
I'm sorry, you saying talking to me or?
No, I said Vanessa. Yeah, do you pulling John's aside or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to ask him. Okay, where are the escape pods or shuttles or whatever other small vehicles this ship should clearly have?
Well, there was a shuttle. We no longer have it, and right now, all we have is a couple of ATVs that we use for transport when we get to the surface.
Do you know why they'd be lying on their sides
They're
instead
lying
of?
on their sides?
Yeah.
No, it's a possibility that they weren't locked down. Maybe the Cronus did sort of leave in a hurry, so it could have been they could have
Okay.
jostled.
What happened to your shuttle?
Well, I probably didn't give you the entirety of the story. There were a lot more of us.
Yeah, there's supposed to be 20 crew on here.
Well, 10 of them were heavily infected, and I know that she kind of evil eyes over in the direction of the Wayland Yutani rep that they have.
Mhm.
He goes, we had to leave some people behind and get out in a hurry.
Because they were infected by those things.
Yes.
I probably would have done the same.
So, actually, but a shuttle's not going to do us any good now. I have no idea where we even are. We're probably
no.
all right. So the rest of you are going to the bridge. Cham, who is going with you to? Oh, it's Lee, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Everyone, go ahead and make me an air roll.
Oh boy. Oh. Look at that.
So
All right.
mine goes down 2.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So we'll see what everyone's doing on the bridge, and then we're going to go to, I'll say, the last scene where we're going to go and do the scrubbers. So so the rest of you are on the bridge, which I think at this point is just Kayla, Vanessa, Johns, and the rest of them.
I'm specifically going to the weapons locker near the bridge.
Okay, so you are going to the armory?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, Kayla, come with me. I don't want to go anywhere alone. I'll have your back in the scrubbers. You have my back now. Just keep your eyes open.
I thought I was doing the scrubbers. Have I been fired? Oh my, that's terrible.
Well, if you're doing the scrubbers, I need a gun to watch over you while you're doing it.
You know, we'll be outside of the ship, right?
I thought the scrubbers were inside the ship.
We have to go outside.
You have to go outside
to clean them.
If that's what I've got to do to stay alive, then fine.
Okay, I'm just, regular gun is probably going to be less than useful when you're outside. But
James,
if it makes you feel good.
Do the guns have internal atmosphere conditions? Can you fire a firearm in zero atmosphere in the void?
If it's like ours,
you
yes.
can, but Newton's laws take place, so any action has an opposite and equal reaction, and
well, yeah,
you can propel yourself through space with them.
I will make sure that I'm braced and I've got the, tether or the boots. But what would you rather me do? Like, throw a wrench at the fucking spore monster when it's coming to eat your ass while you're trying to kill the scrubber?
I just
Why are you pissing on my lemonade here?
Risk.
I'm trying to do something here.
Okay,
you know what? I'll get some popcorn. How about that? I won't get gun. I'll get some popcorn, and I will watch while it eats your ass.
I think that's a great idea. Makes you butter is probably really effective against these alien spore things.
I'm looking in the armory. Is there a firearm?
as you go into the armory, it's actually almost stripped bare. The room
Fucking
actually
great.
has a single Wayland storm rifle.
Ooh.
I'll take it.
This
That
is
sounds
basically the
ominous.
equivalent of an M4 1A pulse rifle,
Woo.
but like a heavier weapon. It has one reload. There is a case of shotgun shells scattered across the floor.
I will gather them up because we do have a shotgun.
All
I'll
right.
get
Is
these.
anyone else in there except you or no?
Well, I'm with him.
Yeah, I asked
Okay.
them to come with me.
Both of you make me observation rules. All right. So basically for oh wow. So Cham, you made it. Leah panics.
You're a little high strung there.
Yeah, you weren't on the last ship that blew up.
No, but all of my space Pokemon cards were. Thank you very much.
So go ahead and
I
go
hope
ahead and
you
make
had
that
some rare ones.
make that stress roll.
Panic or stress?
Well, panic roll.
Okay.
We
Ooh.
yeah, it's a Mario. All right. So let's see what happens on an 8. Tremble. You start to tremble uncontrollably. All skills using agility suffer a -2 modification until your panic drops.
Ugh.
We made a great choice to carry the weapon.
Yep.
So
Um,
yeah, so what? And this is probably a good reason why. So as you're looking around, what you call it, Cham, you see something gross like splattered across the wall, and it's probably what Leah notices after you're staring at it. There's kind of a goopy white milky substance splattered against the wall.
milky, huh?
Is that
Uh,
synth blood?
it looks like it.
I'm gonna radio the captain and said, I think we've found where the synth might have been destroyed.
No.
Oh, fun. Where?
Where's the body?
By the weapons locker, we've got a lot of what looks like synth fluid, but no corpse. Do you even say corpse for a synth? No offense to any synths who might be on board right now. And I look over at Cham.
Wow.
Oof.
That's deep.
I'm going to relay this information to the second officers to say that they at least found where your synth was killed, although there's no body.
That's weird.
They could
Ava,
still be alive.
it's a possibility that Ava is still alive. But we got bigger fish to fry though. Let's see what we can do with the ship.
Yeah, let's focus on the scrubbers.
All right, so crew in the bridge, what are you guys doing?
Kayla is going to return to the life support console and continue to try to see which systems she can use to help bring them online. She can't work on the life support until the scrubbers are done. She might as well see what else she can do.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. And all right. So let's just move to the scrubber scene and then this is probably where we'll close. So how are you going back out through the airlock?
That seems the easiest.
Yeah. I will also take the grappling gun just in case I get one or both of us gets blown off the hull.
Okay. So, all right. Go ahead and both make me mobility rolls.
Haven't had to do this yet.
Oof. Not so good.
Where is that located? I haven't had to do this one yet. Oh, I see it.
Oh.
We'll miss you both.
All right, well, they make me panic rolls.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
This is not the time for high rolls.
All right, Cham, you're doing fine. Unfortunately, Leah is a little high strung and still shaken from. Well, actually, a turn would have passed, so I'm going to say you're not shaken from the previous encounter, but with a good old fashioned 9. Were you carrying anything?
I was carrying but both of them are they're not in my hands. They're attached to my suit. Like the rifle is probably slung, and the grapple thing is probably attached to my belt. I wouldn't be walking around with these items as I'm on a spacewalk.
Right.
All right, so one, your stress level goes up by 1. And
how high does it have to get before you have a heart attack and die?
Basically, well, no, it's at this point it just kind of becomes rolls, and you're higher the roll, then that sort of thing can happen. But I'm going to state, just basically because of the roll and the result you got, is that you stumble when you go out of the airlock, and you kind of start drifting off into space. Your tether pulls, and luckily Cham has a hold of the side, but unfortunately, as your arm slings, as you kind of like jerk, the strap slides off your arm, and the rifle goes floating off.
Well, crap.
Bye bye, rifle.
Is there any way to grab it? Maybe hook it with the grapple gun.
Yeah, okay. If you got the grapple gun, I'll say that would be kind of fun, especially since you are so high strung right now.
Okay,
Save the
what do
rifle,
I got to do?
Batman.
I can hit it. I can hit it.
You're gonna make me a range combat. Nice. So yes, you actually shoot the grapple. It basically hooks onto the shoulder strap.
All right,
the
I pull
rifle.
it back in and I re-shoulder it, and I'm just like, give me a second, and I just focus on breathing, and I try and find my happy place.
Okay. And Cham, are you gonna pull Leah back in?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you both get to the side of the ship, and you start making your way up, across over to the area where the scrubber is. So I need you to go ahead and make a heavy machinery for me.
Okay.
Now, you can help. So basically, by helping, what it does is it allows you to add an extra die. So Leah, if your character can help Cham, if
by helping him, would I not be able to keep watch over him? Because I think
no,
that
it's
these
just
things are going to rush us.
It's basically the it's basically just kind of pointing out and just going, yeah, move this, and
I'll like handing him tools and holding the light.
okay, that
Fine.
is considered help. So
Okay.
you'll get an extra die on that, Cham.
So is that where do I enter like a 1 in the modifiers thing?
Yep. Just put a 1. You don't have to put a plus or anything next to it. All right.
All right.
Very nice.
So this is going to take some time. So you are kind of working on it. Lee, I need you to.
Yes, you are.
Lee, I want you to make an observation for me.
Oh God, I was afraid of this.
I'm sure nothing terrible will happen.
Does this count as a skill? Can I re-roll this or push it?
It is actually a skill. So
All right,
yes,
I'm gonna
you
put. I'm
can
gonna do my
push.
first push. And I can do this twice. So here we go again.
Slightly better.
Well, actually, is this an agility?
Oh no,
based?
it's not I can't push then. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Just go with the. Yeah, it's agility only. Sorry.
So make your
I keep
panic
forgetting
roll.
that. Hey, crap. Oh, not as bad as last time.
So basically, you tremble uncontrollably. All skills using agility are -2 until the panic stops.
Okay.
So you see it because Cham is basically kind of pulling things out and whatnot, and basically slithering towards you in the like depths of space. You see this thing. So if the book mentions that they were in Prometheus, although it's been a while since I've seen Prometheus. But what you see is this weird looking humanoid thing with like a barbed tail, but it's almost translucent and kind of odd looking with these like very spindly arms and legs. And it is basically approaching you quickly.
I'm going to try and place myself in between it and Cham. I'm going to go on one knee and brace, and I'm going to fire the rifle at it.
All right. So it is.
And I'm going to go on Mike and on Cam. I fucking knew it. They're out here. And I'm just going to open up on it.
All right. So you are shooting. Actually, let me give you some stats for that weapon. Are
you saying that?
Don't bother. Let's see if I hit anything.
That's true. All right. So go ahead and make a ranged combat.
Wow.
Yikes.
So I believe you do manage to, let me, give me a moment here. So actually, let me just bring up your weapon here quickly. So you get a +1 bonus to use it, which is nice. Which probably we should have added in there.
All right. Well.
But if you want on the character sheet, you can roll 1 die.
Okay, so let me 1d6, is it?
Yeah. So it'd be a 1 or a 6. So basically no success on that.
Okay.
But the damage is 2.
So roll 2d6?
Actually, just that number gets added to how many successes you got. So that's 3. And let's see here. So I also need you to go ahead and make your panic roll again, too.
Yikes!
Oh, wow.
So you hit it for you basically fire, and oddly enough, it was close enough that the gravity or lack of gravity didn't take effect and hit it, but you see it plunge into it, and this kind of like nasty black ichor it'll kind of float away from its body. And while you can't hear anything, you think that it screams, or because it has a kind of a weird looking mouth in the front.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
But over the comms they can, because I'm screaming.
Oh yeah, so I guess at this time, Cham, you hear the symphony of a scream. Actually, everyone hears it over comms.
The hell is going on?
And with a 10, freeze. You're frozen by fear or stress for 1 round, losing your next slow action. So basically, in combat, you get a fast action and a slow action, which could be like aim and fire and that sort of thing. And the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increases by 1. So since
You're
that was
welcome,
over
Cham.
over the comms, so since you hear this scream, everyone's stress level goes up by 1.
Everyone?
And yeah,
Joy.
Nice.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
and Sham, you turn around just to see Lee with a rifle just kind of freeze in place as this thing leaps upon her.
Did you forget how to pull the trigger?
Oh.
So, and basically,
That's
since
real
you are
helpful, Cham. Thanks.
since you are frozen, unfortunately, it is. Let's see here. Yeah, it's going to pretty much get a chance to attack without. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a d6 on my side to see what the attack is, because it's random. So that's a 4. And let's see. So that leaping attack. Jumps the victim.
Dear.
All right. So it gets 8 dice. So let's
How
That
see.
sounds like a lot.
It's not going to hurt at all.
No.
Well, no, with all the drugs I've taken since I
Jinx.
rated
All that
their
coffee is going to help you out right now.
And your suit has armor, so
right. Probably not enough, but okay.
All right. So, oops. Why am I adding more modifiers? I'm excited.
Because you're mean that way. That's why you're
Penalties.
doing
You're
it.
supposed to be adding penalties.
All right. So there was 8 dice. Do. And I'm gonna roll them, and it looks like this thing get any. Why did it get a 7? How can you get a 7 on a d6?
Did you add a modifier?
No, I didn't. That's
Yeah,
weird.
how did you? What?
So that is going to be 1 success then.
What? Okay.
Weird.
And yeah, so that's going to be 1 success, and it's going to basically jump on you. If the attack successful, the victim is thrown to the ground and must make an immediate panic roll.
Really?
Because that's worked out so well for Leah just in the past.
Wow.
So make the panic roll. Do I take
Yep.
damage or?
You're going to take
throw?
damage in a second. Right now, it just basically.
Yes.
So roll the panic roll.
Yeah, please.
What the hell?
How is that even possible?
So you take a base of 2 points of damage, but I think your armor
It's
soaks
2.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. So your armor definitely soaks that up, which is a good thing. However, it's now knocked you to the ground. And let's see what your panic does. Here we go. An 11. Well, when you come to, so seek cover. You must use your next action to move away from danger and find a safe spot if possible. You're allowed to make a retreat roll if you have an enemy at engaged range, which you do. And your stress level is decreased by 1, but the stress of all friendly PCs in short range increases by 1. But I'm going to say that's only going to affect Cham because he's watching you knocked to the ground by this thing.
Okay,
And
so
now-
I have to try and get away from danger. But you said if it's in close combat, is there a different option?
Yeah, there's a roll to basically kind of do a retreat, like if I'm talking D&D terms.
Mhm.
But it still attacks you because it says after it immediately performs an extra attack with 10 dice.
All right.
Why is it?
Why is there
that's-
16 and 17?
How did you make a 16 and a 17 with rolling die 6? How did you just
Wow.
That
Let's
seems unlikely.
That seems highly unlikely.
let me just try something else here. Give me a sec.
Can we roll them individually? This is ridiculous.
You try.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'll do it individually. Hold on. Give me some coffee in here. Oh wow! So 1 success, 2 successes,
And this is damage?
3 successes. Why is it okay? So no, that's only 2 successes. That's so. How many have I
Greater
rolled
than
so far?
zero.
4,
You've rolled 4.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's still 2 successes.
So armor still soaks it up.
Well, no, that's successes to hit you,
Okay.
and you're still frozen, so you can't basically because otherwise you'd get a close combat roll as well to try to get away from it. But anyway, that is going to be 4 damage,
And my armor's 2, so I take 2 hit points worth of damage.
2 health. Yep.
What if I only have 2 health?
Then you are broken, which means you're out.
Don't
So
worry,
you're not.
Cham. I'm sure you'll live.
So yeah, so Cham, you see that the thing jumps on top of Leia. She falls to the ground. And
Can I try and do one badass thing as I'm dying?
well, you're not dead, but what would you want to try to do?
Since it's on top of me, I want to grab it and fire the rifle into the hull, so the momentum sends me hurling out into space with it.
Unfortunately, you are frozen. So
So
yeah,
that's a no.
that's a no.
Yeah.
And
So I'm broken, which means I'm out, but I'm not dead.
Yep.
That's not confusing at all.
That's basically the what you call it. So when you take damage, it basically starts at broken and then moves its way into dead.
Okay.
But just here we go. So you drop to 0 health. You are broken. In effect, taken out of the action. Immediately roll for critical injury. If you're not dead, you can crawl and mumble through pain. Okay, so you're conscious, but all you can do, you can't perform any other action. You can't roll for skills, and you can't go below 0 at this point.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you do need to make a it says a roll for critical injury.
All right. I'm pressing where it says critical injuries and nothing is happening.
Hit where it says D66.
D66?
Yep.
Yeesh.
25. Impaled thigh.
Yikes.
Your run becomes a slow action, so it probably leaped on you and stuck its claws through your leg.
Okay.
I'm sure you're not infected now.
And then basically it goes. I guess we're gonna go to. Well, we're almost at time, so maybe this is a good place to leave a suspenseful cliffhanger with Leia on the ground with this neomorph on top of her with a claw through her leg, looking slowly up at Cham. And so let me go ahead and bring us all back to center here. All right. So, yep, it was kind of a slow build-up, but what do you guys think so far?
I'm
We're all
dead.
gonna die, man.
Yeah, right. I
It
need
took-
another drink of water.
So basically, yes, Mother tried to kill you. These things are trying to kill you. It's all fun and games until someone loses an eye. So,
Hope the
other than
toolkit
that,
has duct tape in it.
what's that? Oh,
I
yeah.
hope the toolkit has duct tape because if it punctured his leg, then it's punctured his suit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right. So that's
Well, I
something
mean,
else.
even suits today, they have, they'll seal off if there's a pressure breach. I'm sure
Yeah.
that I may lose the leg, but I probably won't die.
Most pressure suits, the air is
Probably.
pretty well limited to the helmet, so the neck up. You've got the suits will be constrictive but it's not necessary to have the air down there because your body doesn't breathe. It keeps it restricted to the head.
Well, he's also got the toolkit because he's working on I'm sure he's got some duct tape that he can just tape up the breach.
I'm sure you won't bleed out. It'll be all right.
All right.
Look, if I die, the rest of you are screwed.
You've got
don't
enough
let go
caffeine
of
to
the
function
rifle.
for at least 5 rounds after you die.
Exactly.
All right, so we will be back with the crew of the Montero on April 11th.
With the survivors of the Montero. There's no crew of the Montero. The Montero is dust. Don't even say that freaking name. With the survivors of the wreck of the Montero.
That should be a song. The wreck of the Montero.
Oh God!
All right, so I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Does anyone want to give a final shout out before we close out?
Golden Goblin Press is running a Kickstarter as we speak. It's called Terrors of October Nomicon. It is a new author showcase. All of the authors attached to the project this is going to be mostly their first scenario published. In one case, I think it's their second scenario published. And they're all being mentored by any award-winning Call of Cthulhu authors. So if you want to support new authors in the industry, please do so. If you want to support women in horror gaming industry, 2 of our 6 core members are women. So if you want to support more international voices in Call of Cthulhu gaming, one of ours is a Polish national who's doing great work in his native language. This will be one of his first English language main book. We're really very passionate about it, and we're about 91% funded with 3% with 3 weeks to go. So we could really use everyone's help. I'm not stressed at all. I started this game with 5 stress on the second week of a Kickstarter.
Awesome, thank you, Oscar.
I've got a new release out, Recruit, Book 2 of the Imperial Marine Saga on Amazon. Check it out. I'm the only Terry Mixon doing science fiction. I'm sure you can find it.
Awesome.
I could be found on Twitter or Dattico, Dattico, or on Twitter. I have a Sherlock Holmes story from the International Association of Tie-in Media Writers. It's called Turning the Tide, and you can find it on my website.
Awesome.
I've got nothing new. But if you want to check out my books, just go to hanscummings.com and you can either buy them from Amazon or buy them direct from me. If you buy them direct from me, I'll even deface them for you and sign my name and mail them to you.
Nice.
Awesome. Kathy, anything?
No, I just want to thank, I know a couple of my friends were watching, and I want to thank them for doing so. Mwah, mwah. And thank you guys for letting me play with you.
All right. Well, it's not over yet. There's still more bodies to stack up.
For me, it's pretty much over. Let's be honest.
But
I'm
you know
sure,
what?
I'm sure
Played
Dan
this
will
character
save
like
you.
a lawn dart.
But you know what this means, Oscar, is that probably Leah will be the one to survive.
God.
Like after.
Oh wow, that's horrifying.
That'd be great.
Right?
That'd be a good. Well, I'm a Mets fan. I'm all about the underdogs and the come from behind miracles. So yeah, I'll believe. You gotta have faith to be a Met fan. So there you go.
Don't worry. I'm sure after it infects you, it'll want to put you in a cocoon somewhere until you mature.
There's no. Well, we'll talk about it.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for watching, and we'll be back in 2 weeks on the 11th at 2:00, and we're out.